What up? Yo, what's up, Teds? What's up, monkey? Let me refresh. Just give me some trouble. Hello, fellow human of the planet known as Earth. What's up, Fizzy Geoduck? How you doing? Streamer Stickman, it is me. Hello, Ultra. How you guys doing? What is up, people on YouTube? My chat is finally loading in. Hello, welcome, and congratulations, you are the 100th visitor. No, I'm kidding. We are going to be doing some coaching today. So if you are interested in getting somebody to look over your gameplay, give you some pointers. Maybe I'm not quite as skilled as you, but you know, a second set of eyes can always help, right? Send me a friend request, and we will get this going. We will be taking cues from Twitch here, so if you are interested in getting cued into this, just simply use the !rules command to see how that's going. I will also work with the people on YouTube as well, of course. But the Twitch chat will have some of the information as to how to make that work, right? But yeah, we will be working with the YouTube peeps as well as the Twitch peeps. As you can see there, new subs do get priority, but this is open to everybody. First come, first serve. What's up, Mucker Truck Truthers? That's a new one. Haven't seen that one before. Alright, sweet. The rules command is working. Cool. Alright, so who do I have here first? Who is interested in getting some gameplay reviewed first? I'm in a particular predicament in which I have 35 grandiose yes, of course. 35 Grandiose Catalyst and 2 Resplendent Catalyst when I want to upgrade my favorite weapons. Yes, so there's a couple ways to farm, actually, Ultra. What level are you? What level are you? How do I join? Just simply ask. How long will stream be? 3 hours and no more, because I have an anime night, which you guys are all welcome to join over on our Discord. We're watching Freerun right now, after this is done. So, yeah, you are welcome to join that, but that is the hard cap because I want to maintain work-life balance. Sad to see Ultron's Battle Matrix go, but it is what it is. Did I finally get Mantis Lord? Ah, I can finally play Hollow Knight music. I am now officially a Mantis Lord. Anyway. 63. Okay, yeah, you're a little underleveled. Just don't worry about it right now. Ultra, just play the game normally. Play the game normally. Have fun. More will drop for you. Me, it's the game of when we played ranked. You have already have me added. Okay, I'm mostly going to be looking at fresh gameplay, but I will be taking older gameplay if necessary. I really want to dial in people's specific skills. Because, like, here's what I don't want to happen. Here's what's going to happen. If I encourage... Or rather, if I don't encourage, let me put it that way. If I don't encourage live gameplay, here's what's going to happen. People are going to send me games that they did really well in, and I'm not going to have much to say. Right? That's not helpful to you. What you want is gameplay that is just natural. Something that is just like your average case. You know what I'm saying? So, how old is too old? Like 3 days ago is fine, right? I'm mostly looking for, like, literally, you are going to queue in, play a game, and then I'll review it. Now, that is my priority, but if everyone is interested in that, like, I guess, here's what I'll say. If you promise me that the game you are sending me is not good gameplay, because what I don't want to see is I don't want to see a situation where you just popped off, landed every shot, you made perfect decisions. Like, that's fine, but that's not useful to instruction, right? The stuff that's useful to instruction is when, like, hey, this is where you could have done this better, this is where you could have done this better, and, like, you can see that happen in the game, right? The nice thing about gaming is sort of like, you know, training, like, physically, is that if you're, like, let's say your cardio is bad, that will show up. Like, if your positioning's bad, that will show up, right? In a recorded game, it's a little bit harder because it's like you might not get punished for that. You might not get punished for your bad cardio. Is that making sense? Is that making sense? Not mostly shit gameplay. No, I want average case gameplay. I want a game that felt really average. And hopefully not too long, too. Right? Anywho. So that is the hope. I hope that makes sense. Anyway. We'll do this again. Yes. So if you are interested in getting more one-on-one things, what I'm going to be doing later tonight is I'm going to be asking all of my exotic tier patron supporters what time that they're the most available. And then that time, it is going to be much more directly one-on-one. No stream, no nothing. It's just going to be me and the person talking about specific gameplays, hero suggestions, or maybe just shooting the shit. That happens too, right? But that, if you are really interested in this and you really, really like this, that's the way to go about it. But yes, we will be doing this again in the future. I cannot tell you when. So anyway, how do I join? Use the ! Join command if you are on Twitch. And we can get going, but you should be able to just simply just say, hey, you know, I'd like to go, and we can get you taken care of. I know somebody was asking earlier. Let me scroll up a little bit. And make sure you send me friend requests, because I cannot view your games if I do not have a friend request, unless you're looking at older games. So like I said, I'd like to focus on, like, games that are just fresh. You know what I'm saying? It's my favorite VTuber, yeah, man. Let's see here. Okay, GOS was the first to ask, how does he join? And Monkey Eyes. Monkey Eyes and GOS were technically the first to join. Or to get in the queue, technically speaking. Alright? Alright, cool. You guys using the join command. Good, good. Good, 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 good. Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. So, our GOS or Monkey Eyes, are either of you currently still in the stream and wanting to do this? Mm-hmm. Love to join as well as if I could. Perfect. I'll write you down solid. It helps if you're over on Twitch because I can use my queue feature here. I don't have to, like, literally write you down. I'm in. All right, make sure you send me a friend request, and we can either watch your game, or if you have a game you want us to watch, that's fine. But like I said, I prefer to watch you live. Okay? Playing a match right now, so maybe after you can look. That's perfectly fine. That actually works out pretty darn well if Geo works out. Just make sure that you don't start a new one if you're actually wanting me to record you or give you feedback live, okay? All right. Geo, send me a friend request. ID is on screen right here. I'm G-Cryptic. Oh, okay, cool. But Twitch doesn't work. Okay, that's fine. All right, yeah, just send me a friend request. I will scratch off G-Cryptic. Switch to Twitch then? Yeah, it helps if you're on Twitch. Spectate me. Benji, get the hell out of here. Actually, Benji, do you want to join call? You could help me with the tank gameplay. Benji is a new member, everybody. Shadow's joining queue. Good stuff. I can? Starting a split fiction soon. Okay. Alright, then that's fine. Say hello to Unk. Alright, I got a friend request here. Let's take a look, see. That's Solid Steel. That's not the same person here. Let me... I do be Unk now. Are you 27? I'm looking specifically for GOS or G-Cryptic. I need a friend request from you first, as you are first in priority. Down to do a live or reviewing a specific role. I'm best. I got Cryptic here. Okay, perfect. Join their team. I don't want to join your team. I want to spectate you. So send me a friend request. Close, but send me a friend request here. Yeah, I don't need to join your team. I won't be able to give you as much feedback as unless I'm watching you. You're close, though. I'm 23, but semantics. Dude, you're young. You're younger than me. I thought you were old as hell. Yeah, Cryptic, send me a friend request, not a request to join. Are the users different from the one y'all see? It'll be KHSA. Okay, that's good. Let me write that down here for you. Shadows is KHSFF. Okay. Cryptic, send me friend requests. Friend requests. Yeah, I'm not reviewing a specific role. I should be able to help. Ah, perfect. Here we go. Friend request. Add friend. There we go. Send a friend request. I want to add you. Did I not just add you? How do I not just add you? Huh. Because I guess I'll just accept all. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. All right. Cryptic. You should be able to start a game. Let me find you here. Should be able to start a game and I should be able to spectate. Okay, cool. Not a lot of people are online. I say that and more people loaded in. All right, yeah, go ahead and start a game and I will observe. Yeah, I'm not viewing a specific role. I should be able to give advice to every single role. I will be best suited. My talents are best suited for DPS. DPS is my best role. I'll be able to give you the most advice there. Do I join Discord? No, I'll just give you advice through the stream. Haven't touched this app in ages, yeah. On Twitch now, perfect. Good, 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 good. Mini Max, I see you there. Thank you, Mini. How do I, can I join your call? I'm a tank main in Diamond 3. I'm not going to allow people to join calls. I'm sorry, but I don't trust you all. Just point blank, I don't trust you. But I'll give you advice through Twitch. You guys will be able to watch that. Mine's not the same on both. That is A-okay. Has Cryptic started a game? Not quite. Cryptic, go ahead and start a game for us here. Delayed by like 15 seconds. That's fine. Like, the point of this here is that you can get the feedback and stuff. Like, I'm going to review your game and you can like backpedal the stream a little bit and go watch it, right? You can watch your stream back and get that feedback for yourself live, right? I wouldn't trust me either, yeah. No, I was offering I wouldn't trust us either. Yeah, yeah. Okay, at least you guys understand. You know, maybe in that sense, in order for the person to actually get reviews and such more accurately, maybe it is best that we do review a game after it's been played. Maybe that is best. Okay, I'll do that. I think that's better. I think that's better for your learning. So that's what I'll do, is I'll take games that you guys have to promise me that you're sending me average games, though. I don't want pop-offs, and I don't want, like, really, really bad games. I want something that's right in the middle, you know? Spectate. All right, cool. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. I think that's better for your learning overall. Don't you guys agree? Make sure you're followed, by the way, so that we can communicate back and forth. You can communicate on the chat. And if you'd like to jump the queue, if you really, really want to get coaching, new subs are given priority. So people who sub this stream or gift subs this stream are bumped up in the priority list. Doesn't need to be comp or quick play, does not matter. Do whatever you feel you are most comfortable with. I will try to be as helpful as I can, okay? Here we go. Ah, quick play, domination. All right. Cryptic is a cloak and dagger player. Interesting. He's got the skin for them, too. All right, I'm immediately judging you. All right, so let's take a look at the team. What we got available to us here. So we've got a dive tank and a brawl tank, a dive DPS, and a sustainer, and kind of a brawler here. So your choice in cloak and dagger is actually pretty good, because that will support that playstyle very well. Obviously, we know that we're not playing, you know, like competitive or whatever, so the team comp isn't like the most important thing overall. But, you know. I heard a line from Mantis and Rocket the other day. Like, well, the other day. It was today. Earlier today. It was great. It was Rocket was like, Mantis, what am I thinking right now? You want a bigger gun? Correct! Where do I get one? It's great. Alright, let's see what Cryptic can do here. Okay, just simply throwing down the healing. I don't like that position right here. There you go. Take a little bit of cover behind that wall right there. You can get your healing out. Because right there is the main point of death. A lot of people like to funnel through that area right there. Tank's coming back to you. Boost his health. Boost his healing. Okay. We're a little bit away from the team. We're a little bit away from the team, which means that we're not going to die, which means that our team's also going to suffer. Cycling ability is a little bit better here now. There you go. Keep them alive. Your tank should just continue to pull back. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Got it. Spider-Man behind you. Okay. Let your Ultron worry about keeping the tanks alive mostly, in terms of like just passive healing, and then get them focused for burst healing whenever they go low. Good thing that you've got a lot of focus on this thing. He's doing he's a little too aggressive here. Early ult. Good call on that. Could have been better on the positioning, but not bad at all. We whiffed our wave there a little bit. Pull back into your group. Careful. Yeah, unfortunately, we used our vanish a little, technically teleportation, quote unquote, a little bit early. And that punished us right there. That punished us perfectly. We used it when it wasn't terribly, terribly necessary, and a bigger threat ended up coming right immediately following and took out not only our team, but also us. Stuff alive. Feel free to chat out, by the way, everybody. This is not just a me conversation thing. If you guys have feedback to this player, you guys probably have more experience on per the individual character basis. Okay, everyone's good. Everyone's topped. Yeah, your Phantom was a little overextended. There's not a lot you can do about that there. You should be looking for cloak. Okay. That not having the cloak up on that is a little bit scary, because we could have had an opportunity to evade. Yeah, could have had an opportunity to evade a shark coming in there, but we kind of just kept pumping and healing, which is fine. But you know, we're not reacting, as it were. I'm a Lord Cloak and Dagger, and I really like how it's mostly staying in Dagger. That's true. Yeah, that is very true. I like that they're not trying to be DPS, right? That's a good call out. I tend to look for the negative stuff, so it's good to be reminded of the positive stuff every now and then. Yeah. Unfortunately, your team is just doesn't quite have the jaws to handle. I see a lot of players cloak constantly. Yeah. Like I said, there's a couple times I feel like the placement of the teleportation, quote unquote, the vanish, is not ideal. Not ideal. There's a couple opportunities we could have made it a little bit higher value. When you're doing your next, you're doing ranked to C3 next? Probably this Saturday, hopefully. This Saturday. To continue the climb. I'm working on a video for it right now. Any other thoughts, anybody? I love hearing these conversations. Sorry if I'm not really chatty. 3, 2, 1. Gonna play a quick play match? Yeah, it's fine. You're doing a good job of staying with your thing, as that's going to be the one that's taking the most damage. You're going to be taking the most aggro. The thing's staying high. Good. Yeah, sticking close to him. At a distance so that you can keep the healing up, but not get dove, right? It's good stuff there. Oof. Yeah, your team's getting roasted here. It's probably time to pop ult down low. The team's coming back here. Everyone's sort of resetting here. Don't be afraid to pop out your damage veil either. That is one thing I haven't seen you do very much, is swap damage veil. There you go, like that. There we go. Good use of that. There we go. It's exactly what we were looking for right there. Literally exactly. Case in point what we were talking about. Excellent use of that. Don't be afraid to use that ult to hold out. Whatever the hell they're doing over there. The Spider-Man and the Jeff are having a little bit of a convention. Good stuff. Good stuff. Say don't be afraid to use your bubble on the tanks and not yourself. That's true. Yeah, true. Like, it does seem like the cycling of abilities is a little slow. Like, we're not quite in rhythm with our healing and our timing and such. Calling down the ult here. Good call. Hopefully you should be able to get it here. Nice envelopment of the point. Good question. Are the end of the season rewards based on peak rank or rank at the time? I'm actually not sure. My peak rank tends to be my end of season rank. I actually don't know the difference. Good stuff. Like I said, doing very good. Yep. Yeah, doing very good. Like I said, the only thing I think I'd like to see is a little bit better of cycling the healing abilities. Ooh. Lost our footing there. It's okay. Stuff happens. Pulling back. Yeah, probably going to go down here. It's all right. Focused an ult in to get you down. What's up, gamer bros? But yeah, doing good so far. The only... Ooh, nice. Yeah, excellent. Popping the healing bubble down immediately as soon as you come back up. Yep, excellent. finished my game and I kind of got smoked. That's okay. Just send me a game that you feel like was good. Was a good demonstration for this. We're kind of in an awkward spot here. We're pinned in by the ult. I like that he's got a good understanding of when to pop down. Wait for it. Good. Excellent. Cycle those healings. Good stuff. Yeah, I like that he's keeping a good enough of an eye on what should be popped, or what the teammates' health bars are. Damn, their whole team just died? What happened? Did the Jeff just jump off with this team in tow? I think he did. Did the Jeff just jump off with his team in tow? But yeah, good play so far. Being fundamental to the healing of the team. What's up, Anatar? Like that you're keeping your distance here, not getting overly aggressive. I'd like to see you a little bit more forward. Okay. We've got grounds to make a comeback here. Who's your favorite Digital Circus character, Jax? Next question. Just mostly because he's got the most room for character growth.
There's always a spark of light in darkness.
Okay, we are down to just our one tank, but it seems to be working okay. Does mean that we are pretty much just exclusively focusing our healing over on the thing. Iron Man mischief is always, yeah. Love Gangle. She's literally me. Yeah. But to play a match or just send that replay code via DM or chat? Chat would probably be the best way to do it. Play a match I typically prefer, but as we've discussed, I think it's more helpful for learning purposes that we do a replay. Yeah? So just send me a replay code. Should be able to look it up. There we go. Good use of the abilities in there. I like that you're not getting exposing yourself too much to the damage here. It's good stuff. Don't be afraid to pop here if need be. Ooh, barely lived that. Barely lived that. I would not have minded to see an ult, the Cloak and Dagger ult coming out right there. I feel like we're using the Cloak and Dagger ult to take over space, which is great. But we can also use it to kind of like reverse or stop a team wipe, right? There's been a handful of times we've had the ult available to us and we haven't popped it down, like reactively, right? The thing just ragdolled like it slipped on a banana peel. Yeah, I saw it. Hella's out of position. Looks like you figured that out. You are now out of position. Looks like you just figured that out. You are still out of position. There you go. Get in that. There you go. Get in the hallway. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good use of the abilities there. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, using the ult to take over the space here. Okay. Good coverage. Ooh. And you are on top of it. The cloak. Good stuff. Excellent stuff. Good use of that ult. Well handled. Well handled. Pretty much a single retake. Thank God somebody who dealt with the Iron Man. That Iron Man is way too low to the ground. Beautifully done. Good stuff. Yeah, good presence of mind with the abilities. We had a little bit of a rocky start, but it literally feels like a switch was flipped, and like this feels like a different tier of players. I think kind of what was the play there. I kind of agree. I see the chat, by the way. I know there's some chats I haven't responded to. Let me focus up on the rest of this game, and then we'll get there, okay? Your Hella's popping ult, which is good. That means that the enemy team's going to fall back a little bit. You might be able to be a little bit more aggressive here. Yeah, we could be a little more aggressive here. Help your thing out. Yeah, he's coming back. We could have enabled the thing a little bit more there. Once we saw that the helicopter ult, we knew that the gas pedal was being pressed. Ah, almost. Slight better reactive time, that would have been it, but is what it is. Yeah, slightly better reactive time. Is it me, or is Cloak and Dagger the perfect character for people with split personality disorder? No, I think it's better for people who don't have difficulties with object permanence, because I think a lot of people forget that Cloak has the ability to do the damage debuff thing, right? Because it's not on the screen. But Cryptic has been doing a good job of cycling it. That Adam Warlock is a little dangerously close there. Yep. Burn him. Good call. Yep, good stuff. I like that you put just enough pressure on the enemies to let them know that you know that they're there, but not too much. Game just finished. Any general thoughts? Yeah, I'll give you just a second here. Finishing up your game from my point of view here. Got your healing. Good stuff. Your Iron Man is way out of position. Tempted on that, the Cloak. That's okay. Not your job to bail him out there. Some pulse coming down, which is good. That means you have an open slot to use your super. Ah, unfortunate. Okay. General thoughts. Let's give a few. Overall, gameplay was pretty good. I think that there's a couple times where we could have been a little bit more reactive to our stuff. Like there was a handful of times our ult came down as a sort of like a retake, which is fine, but we could have not lost the point to begin with, right? But the gameplay was overall pretty good. Doesn't look like Marvel Rivals is going to load for me, unfortunately. I will go ahead and back on out. Oh, are we hard stuck? Come on, Rivals. There we go. Yeah, overall. Here, let me bring up Cloak and Dagger's character profile here. That makes it look nice. I've got the default skin, bruh. Overall, I think you did a very good job. Early on into the game, it looked like you were struggling a little bit with making sure that your abilities were cycling properly. Doesn't mean you need to use them off of cooldown, but there's a handful of times it could have been helpful to you to basically take some of the pressure off of you a little bit, throw down a healing bubble, keep your team alive, throw a healing veil over the team to kind of keep them up and such. We were a little bit jumpy with our cloak usage and our teleportation, but we ended up correcting that. Like, it actually looked like the mistakes that were made in round 1 were corrected in round 2. And I legitimately think a major portion of why you took round 2 was because of those mistakes being made. Corrected, I should say. On top of that, the only other thing I'd say is that I feel like you could have been a little bit more reactive with your actual ult and using it more of a defensive tool rather than an aggression tool. It looks like you seem really confident using it more to overtake a space, like I said, rather than just keeping things alive. But overall, it was very, very good gameplay. You did a very good job. There's only so much you could do there. The teammates could have definitely played better. It felt like your DPS was kind of lackluster. Obviously, you didn't have enough tanking. So, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff overall. Nice job. All right, let me see here. Let me make sure I'm up to date on everything here. What do you think happened to the old friend Jacksonville at the bar scene? I mean, who can say, right? Probably something that actually gives him his version of the character growth, right? Do we have a queue right now? Yes. Yes, we do. Party here for most of the match. Yeah, we're going to do replays from here on out. Once got MVP, an insane KDR ratio, and 51,000 healing and scrims. Match on Cloak and Dagger. Yeah, she can pop out some healing. Absolutely. All right, Electric Panda. Let me get you healing. Make sure I didn't miss anybody else. I think we did good. On Honestly was Grandmaster in Season 1 and stopped playing in Season 2 due to the game stutter, so I'm really rusty. Yep, I think you did good. Overall, I think you did well. Not a whole lot of areas for improvement, frankly. I think you did a good job. Look for stuff like this? Good. I'm glad you got something out of it. All right, does anybody have a replay for me to look over? Does anybody, by the way, does anybody in chat, hopefully Cloak and Dagger mains, does you have anybody in chat who has anything to say to Geo? I got Electric here, and I got Tez. You're definitely not going to get to everybody today. I am so sorry. Electric, Tez. All right, next is Max, I have. Here's an idea of the game I lost. My bud, Bateman Patrick. Okay. Was with me too. Oh, okay, cool. Solid. Yeah, okay, cool. Max, are you out there? I have you slightly ahead of Solid here by 1 space. If not, I will go ahead and grab Solid and knock him off the list here. Solid Steel. Where do I go for that? Over here, right? And history, and then it's like, how do I look up a game via history? Somebody help me out. I can wait as long as needed to. No worries. Okay, cool. Somebody help me out. Where do I go to look up the thingy? Favorites, I think. Oh, in here. Match replays. Ah, here we go. Perfect. Thank you. I've only ever done this once and did not remember how I did it. All right, cool. 1. There. Oh, 1, 0. Only 1, 0. 7, 3. This is going to be painful. I'm sorry, chat. 0, 4, 6, 3, 2, 6. Okay. 6, 3, 2, 6. Okay, got it. Okay. A quick match. I'll warn you guys, I'm pretty bad at tank. Okay. Last bit from Geos. Let's see here. Started watching you a couple years back when you did D2 content. Absolutely love Marvel Rivals content you're pushing out. Very insightful as you always were. Really kept the TDT vibe. I'm glad. I'm glad you appreciate it. Really happy to get some feedback. All right, perfect. Let's take a look-see. Wait. I want to play game. Oh, man. Hold on. It should just be saved. 1. There we go. Done. There we go. That button. All right, let's do this thing.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
All right, we are looking for... I'm going to speed it up just a little bit here. Okay. We are looking for Solid Steel, who is... He's on this team here. There he is. Okay, playing a thing. All right, interesting. All right, again, taking a look at our team composition. A pretty heavy brawl composition here. Which means we need to really make sure we commit to fights, assuming our healers are alive.
It's been too long since we did this together, Luna. Ready for an encore?
An Agents of Atlas reunion tour? I don't know.
We can skip ahead just a little bit here. Here we go.
There's a reason.
And action. Let's take a look-see.
Stop them from securing the mission area.
Your DPS should not be in front. That should be you, but that's okay. Remember, we're on Team Red here. A little bit of indecisiveness in here will cause us trouble. There we go. Using that charge to get in. You're looking for high priority targets. You don't want to necessarily be brawling the things in the front line. Jumping out a little too quickly here. Aim a little higher with that. Aim a little higher with that. Think of it like a big cone that fires out. Okay? So you're kind of aiming at the ground. You're actually losing a little bit of that cone in like the width area. Try to level it out to the ground a little bit more. Yeah, we're jumping out a little too quickly. You have your charge back up. Okay? You're not looking for the tanks. You're looking for squishies. Mostly they're supports if you can help it. Or you're just pushing stuff back. Okay. Good crosshair. I do like the crosshair too. Have a game when you're ready? Okay, cool.
Benji's back, baby.
I will grab you after this, monkey. Cool. All right. Shouldn't use your charge to engage. Use it to get out. Not necessarily, no. You can use your leap to get out. The charge to get in is, I think, absolutely valid, and I think that is more the intended way to use it because it shuts down enemy movement. And I looked down for just a second at chat and missed. Let me go ahead and back up just a step here because I missed something critical. Did I rewind to the death? Yes, I did. 1 second. Yeah, the charge... Yeah, I disagree with using the charge to get out. You can use the charge to get out, but that does not mean that is the only way to use it. The leap is the best tool to get out. All right, here we go. Focusing up. We have a target there. We have ult. Not a bad time to call it. We're a little far away. Okay, remember that in general, the DPS between the Haymaker and your normal punch is close. So if you're just kind of like tanking damage there, it does not hurt you to sit there and just wail on things. Not to mention you're going to hit more targets that way. We could up our sensitivity a little bit. I'm noticing that we're playing on console. We could definitely up our sensitivity a little bit here. There we go. Good stuff. Yeah, okay. Short little charge in order to tag on the extra damage here. Yeah, we can up our sensitivity a little bit. I think that will be helpful to you here. If your team's dead, you can't jump to your team and you stagger. Well, if your team's dead, you should be dead. You should, like, your team should not have died before you died. You should be the first thing that goes down if your team's going to die. Peak thing gameplay, I mean, it is just hands at this point, right? Find targets that are close and cause hands. On that. Get into practice of doing Haymaker 1-2, Haymaker 1-2, Haymaker 1-2. Slowly punching people just in the air just to get a triple, yeah. Yeah, get into the practice of the Haymaker 1-2. Ah, that's not your fight, yep. Good call to pull back. Ooh, that was panic popped. Yeah, I was afraid we were going to pop that, and we did. That was not necessary. Not really the play there. The sound effects of the Haymaker is just too sweet, yeah. Yeah, practice Haymaker 1-2, Haymaker 1-2. Keep pushing the enemy team back. Definitely increase that, Haymaker just randomly picking up a kill, Lamau. Have a match ready? Okay, cool. You don't need to focus on that. That's not your job. Don't worry about that. Let your DPS or your supports come back and deal with that. Yeah, target prioritization is a big focus right now with this. Ah, we did not need to pop that ult. That was so unnecessary. Yeah, your supports felt scared. You should be charging in. There you go. Plant it right down the center. We can go deeper with that. We can go deeper with that. Ended up working out here, but don't be afraid to, like, pinch them between yourselves. Good stuff. Yeah. It's weird. We're both not aggressive enough and sometimes too aggressive. I feel like right now we're mostly not aggressive enough. I'm definitely a weenie with ults, yeah. Yeah, the thing really wants to kill things before they can kill him, right? He's very much gas pedal forward. Don't use your ult. There you go. Now's a good opportunity. Don't panic it. Don't panic it. Okay, that's fine. Mostly a strategist player. That explains the defensiveness that we're seeing. That explains the high degree of defensiveness that we're seeing. Use a charge to get back. Yeah, don't be afraid to use your charge to get back, unless you've got a teammate that's got a movement ability, like that Moon Knight, to leap to them. Keep an eye on where your team is. Where's your supports? You can't do anything without a support backing you up and fueling you here. Careful here. It's tempting to use the ult, but you got nothing to backpedal, yeah. Yep. 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 It's like, it is textbook exactly as we saw it happening. Literally, we called it before it happened. I know the voices. The voices, they scream to you, right? They scream to you. You gotta learn to put the voices aside. That's incredible. Dare I say, fantastic. Precisely as foretold in the prophecies. Yeah, bro. Oh my gosh. Textbook. Textbook. Okay. Careful about your overcommitment here. You don't have a team with you right now. Now you can pull back. You've got them pushed back. That's good. That's your job. Pull back to your team. Yeah, overcommitted. Overstayed your welcome. Good. Oh, brother. I feel so, like, strangely vindicated for, like, calling these correctly, though. Like, this is not, don't be embarrassed about the gameplay at all here. This is why we do this, right? But it's like, weirdly encouraging to me as a coach to be able to tell you what's going to happen before it happens. You know what I mean? It's coming back. Attempt to save your team. Unfortunate. You need a full regroup here. Your team is all dead. Full regroup. Full regroup. Ah. Yeah, tell your team to pull back. You should be pinging. Guys, we're all separated out. We need to pull back. You do not have enough healing, it looks like. Let's see. What do you got? You do have enough healing. Okay. No, I was looking at the enemy team. My bad. I was looking at blue. Push in. Good. Good. A little bit better that time. Much better that time. Help your team in the back line. Your team has such tunnel vision. That's insane. Push them in. Deal some damage. Would not be a bad time for an ult. No, did not pull it. Okay. Ults would have killed them there, unfortunately. Is what it is. Yeah, we just lack an edge right now. We're a little dull. Forcing over to the zone kind of sucks. You're probably going to get this Mantis, though. Oh, well, you're definitely getting this Mantis then, unless she gets raised up on a stray platform. Again, aim higher, aim higher. Don't be if you popped up, we wouldn't watch it. This was such a good game. This is such a good game to send. Thank you for sending me this. This is such a good game to coach. These are some just like fundamental mistakes that we're making here, right? And this is why I think coaching can be so valuable, because you might get confused and think, I did really well, my team sucked, and yes, your team did suck. But because I got SVP, you know, like, there's only so much room for improvement. There's a lot of room for improvement there. You absolutely could have carried this team a lot harder. Again, not to say it's a bad thing. You know, everyone's going to be at a different skill level, right? But to, you know, the fact that you're willing to submit this game means that you're here and you're willing to learn, right? So, a lot of the things that you failed with here, just to broad stroke some of the things here. First of all, aim higher with your haymaker. It's like I said, it fires out like a cone, and if you're aiming it into the ground, you're cutting that cone short, okay? Secondly, use the charge to get in, push them back, and then use your leap to get out, right? Think of the tank's role as a resource management game, okay? You're going to be spending health, damage, and space. Each of those things are interchangeable for one another. The value of each of those currencies and the trade points, I guess, the rate of exchange for each of those is going to differ for whatever's going on in the match. That's where instinct comes into place to learn like what the rate of exchange for each of those currencies are. Yeah. The major failure I saw was that the inability to use space. And I think the fact that you're a strategist kind of leans to the fact that, well, it kind of makes sense as to why you struggled in the way that you did, because tanks need to be an edge in the battlefield. They need to be the thing that makes that space. A lot of the times you'd start to get space, and then either you would overstay your welcome and get clobbered, or you would not commit hard enough to openings that you found. Like, it's better for you to go in, kill 2 supports, and die, you know what I mean? Rather than it is for you to stay alive and for the point to not move at all. You know what I'm saying? But good game to send. An excellent game to send. Thank you so much for sending this. Everyone, please give Solid Steel some clap emojis. That was a very good game to send. That took a lot of humility to send, but it was good. Very good stuff. Let me see some of these other chats. Coach me from GM to Celestial with the Panther, Mag and Penny. I can give you what I can. Gotta remember that I'm only like at a certain tier myself, so I can help you just by simply having an extra set of eyes. But how helpful I am to you will, you know, the lower rank you are, the higher help I'll be able to be to you. So as soon as you get to GM and higher, that's where I start to taper off a little bit. But I'm sure an extra set of eyes does not hurt, you know? And rules against 2, this is 4. No. In terms of roles or tank, no. Coaching anyway, because I'm trying to get better with SM. What's SM? Despite being Lord, you can just view any of my losses. Okay, yeah, that works. Try to rattle down that stuff, up to sensitivity, aim higher, use leap to escape, don't overextend. Get ahead of the strategist mindset, and don't be so defensive lot. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, Monkey, you're up. Yeah, like I said, an excellent game to send. That was such a good opportunity for coaching. Like, such a good opportunity for coaching. Like, that was a Wagyu steak dinner of coaching right there. Send me an ID, please. Monkey, I know you're out there. Give me an ID to type in here. Maybe we'll take a look. Unless you want me to watch you a live game. God, my subpar game was so tasty. Yeah, it was such perfect. Like, that was like fundamental stuff that even like the best tanks in the world will still every once in a while drop. Like, some of those fundamentals, every once in a while they'll drop. Spider-Man. Oh. Is he out here? Monkey, I just saw you clap. Come on, I know you're out there. You must have a lot of delay. Some parts of the world are going to have a lot more delay. Come on, Monkey, I know you're there. There it is. Perfect. All right, let me grab this. Get your IDs ready. Next up is Shadows. Shadows, you're next. Remember, if you're interested in jumping queue, because I'm not going to be able to get to everybody today, guarantee. There's too many of you. I can already see that this list is going to go a little long. Subs are appreciated, and I will jump you up the queue. 43049. Did I type that wrong? 100. Oh, only 10. I don't want to keep typing an extra 0. Nope, that button. There we go. 10 minutes, Central Park, competitive. Ooh. I'm after the current one. Yes. All right. Here we go. Monkey, monkey, monkey. Where is the monkey? What is your name in the game? Only 10. Monkey, what's your... Oh, my name is Chill Guy. Okay, cool. I think I've played with you before. Maybe it was a different Chill Guy. There's lots of Chill Guys. Competitive. What rank are we? What rank is this? Don't know how to prove it, but I did a sub a minute after I started watching this stream. Like Twitch sub is what I meant. Or channel member. The paid stuff. Plat 3. Okay, cool. So right above gold. Yep, these are some classic bands I've learned that they're apparently very good this season. Mix between Groot. Yep, that's fair. Squirrel Girl. What the hell? Hell no. Get out of here. Looks like it's probably going to be Groot. Plot 1. Ah, okay. Not right above gold. Slightly, more significantly above gold. Cool. And we are playing Loki. I got to witness the worst Loki gameplay of my life today. I was playing Mantis when I finally got her Lord. I had a great game, dude. I'd love to show you guys this one clip I got. In fact, I will. I will show you this clip I got because it was one of those things that don't show up on the screen, like on the scoreboard. But it was like, oh, dude, it was such good gameplay. Holy crap, I was so proud of myself. I'll show you after this. After this game. What's the Twitch? TDT_streams. It's also in the description, Ivory. Or Ion, sorry. Cool way to spell Ion. Please put me on the list. Just want some help. It isn't from friends. All right. Selric.
We'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
Got you written down. All right. Chill Guy. Playing with the Loki. More support shenanigans. Okay. I'm liking the setup here. I love the check. I love the check. Oh, that's such good. Dude, that's so good. Did you guys see that? He placed him down and then checked to see if his characters had line of sight. It's Lion. Oh, is that an L? Oh, I'm an idiot. That was such a good check. I love that. It looks like his one doesn't quite have the line of sight he's looking for. Yeah, we're a little distracted trying to get our lines of sight on, but that's okay. Just decided to go a little bit more straightforward with it. That's fine. We can play a little further back, I feel. Okay. Missing our shots here a little bit. That's okay. We're a little far forward. We can play aggressively here. We're so a little far forward. We are taking up the rest of the space here, which is very good. Keeping everyone alive. I'm glad we're not over-prioritizing DPS. Yep, focus your healer, focus your tank. Ah, a little early. Or late, sorry. Little late. We did use our regeneration field, which means that, yeah, this Panther's going to be on our ass. We have doppelgangers down. There we go. I was going to say we should be placing a new one here soon. Keep your tanks alive. Focus on keeping your tank alive. We're focusing a little bit too much He has AoE so he can miss some shots. Yeah, he's focusing a little too much on the damage. It does seem like he's trying to split the damage and the heals. Your tank just absolutely saved your life. It's going to go down immediately. Yep. Maybe would have liked to have seen a... Are you solo healing? Holy crap. No. Okay. You've got your supports. Yeah, a little bit too aggressive here. A little bit too aggressive. How many are in the queue? About 8. 8 or 9. I'll look in just a second here. Little too aggressive there with that. Popping out the ults. This is very like I'm desperate last minute sort of a thing. Okay. Decent positioning with this down the point. Damage, yep. The team should be able to come back with that. You need to get the hell out of dodge here. Yep, using the regeneration field in order to stay alive. Yep. We should have pulled out much, much, much sooner. It is not your job to brawl that point. It is not your job to brawl that point. Let me make sure I write y'all down while we're running back here. Also like to be written down Evan. Okay, Evan. And... Ghosted. Okay, we're back into combat here. Don't think he'll make it to me? Probably not. Yeah, frankly. Not past games? No, it is live games. It is, or excuse me, it is past games. I'm changing that rule kind of on the fly. Sorry about that. I decided it was better. All right, let me focus up here. Very early use of the regenerative field there. A little too aggressive, potentially. It's kept us alive, but, like, again, this... we're just a little too... There's so many opportunities where the regenerative field would have been very nice in here. Even right here would not have been bad. We can also use the regenerative field behind cover so that it can't really get shot all that well. And then stick ourselves out a little bit more. Stay on the point. Yeah, we're overstaying our welcome a little bit. We're staying a little too far forward, which is forcing out a lot of our abilities. Yeah, 3 went down. Should probably give some space. Yeah, exactly. We're overstaying our welcome. A little too aggro. Yeah, way too aggro. Yeah, agreed. The biggest problem that's causing, it's like, it's not a bad idea to push on the gas when the team is starting to take over the space, right? Our instincts are wrong for when they're actually taking over that space, right? We're overcommitting to these fights and forcing us to use abilities that we really should not be using. Sub skip the line. Yes, new sub skip the line. Correct. Popping this out. This is not necessary here. Yeah, this is not necessary. I mean, it's going to be nice. So here's what's... We're going to learn the wrong lesson here because this is going to get a kill. This is going to get a wipe, which is fine. Which is fine. But, like, the enemy team doesn't care about really losing this right now. Right? They don't really care about losing that because their respawn point's very close. No ults were traded in the process. They're going to just... And they're all died together, too, which means that everyone's going to get back to their position and it's going to be right back to where we were. Yeah, save ults for worse situations, 100%. Again, that's an easy example to lose, to learn the wrong lesson there, right? Good use of the field there. That Doctor Strange is a little too aggressive. He should be punished. Your team should be punishing him. It does not look like he's doing a very good job. Excellent Cloak and Dagger ult out of your Cloak and Dagger. That was a pretty good time to use it to reverse that over positioning there. Hey, Kochokami, thanks for the sub. With the Prime, let's go. I will bump you up the list here, Clutch. Again, a little too aggressive. We can use high ground here. Like, Loki has range. We should use that. Wasn't Prime and no problem? Oh, well, appreciate it. Either way, appreciate it. All subs are good subs to me. Appreciate it. Yeah, the big thing here is the over-aggression. The big thing here is over-aggression. I'm gonna guess that you did not get MVP. You were close. I'm gonna guess that your other support or your tank got it.
That was nothing for a god.
Writing down things in the list. I got you clutched. Watching players live or watching past streams just got here. We are watching past streams. Ah, same mistake. Ooh. Okay, this is actually not bad, though, because there are 7 seconds remaining.
I'm ready to put on a show.
Not the worst timing for it. Unfortunately, there was just, again, not a lot going down. So it's just like, okay, we retook the point. That's good. We need something to follow it up right now, though. Yeah, way too aggressive. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Yeah, I need to be above your team. Yeah, create your own firing squad.
Another go.
Make sure you use your blind more when you're using cloak. Damage boost, true. Like, that's like a mild issue, though. Really don't want to be in Brawler support only. He's not the only support, but he's close to it. This Cloak and Dagger's doing a good job, though. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the enemy team. Let's actually check the scoreboard. Yeah, that's kind of what we expect. Like, your healing is good, but look at the healing difference. Look at the healing difference between you and your other healer. Like, your other healer is going crazy comparatively. Right? I know what you're going for. I know that you're like, I really want the damage. I really want to get it in there, man, but it's just not your job. It's not your job. Doesn't mean you can't find kills, but it seems like it's a higher priority than it really should be, yeah? You really do not want to be in a Brawler support only. Clone spots are way too far in. They need to be put them further back. I wouldn't mind the clones being as aggressive as they are if it was like followed immediately by a clutch regeneration field, right? Like this, oh shit, let me bail my team out sort of a thing. But what's happening more is that they're just kind of, we've got all of these ideas, but none of them are coming together, right? Like, we're not trying to do the firing squad business, which was the best way to generally play Loki, right? Set up, stay away, kill things down below, regeneration field when it's necessary, you know, that sort of a thing. And we're not doing the, you know, enable some incredible plays. We don't have the coordination for that, right? We're somewhere in between, and it's really hurting us. All right, I want to see this trigger pinned. I want to see the jump always on your screen. Good so far. Stay on top of them. Yep. You're not going to really get a whole lot. Ah, yeah. Forgot that is a projectile there, didn't we? You play like you're in Balloon Tower Defense 6, at least for Loki, yeah. Okay, get in, get out. You've got your health. Keep your eyeballs on your cooldowns for your shield here. Your in and out's doing good. You're doing a good job of harassing. Find a support. Don't brawl the team. Shield and out. Unfortunate. Again, higher aim sensitivity would help here. We are on controller. Do not be afraid to go a little bit higher sense on these characters that don't require precise aim. Extermination! Doing some assaulting. Time for you to leave. Yep, good. Play with the team a little bit here. We're a little too far back when we're jumping out. Good stuff. We're also missing a lot of our skill shots. Poor Banner. Yeah, missing a lot of our skill shots there. That's where a lot of Hulk's value comes from, is from his abilities. His main attack is pathetically weak. Am I allowed to submit past games today, though? Yes, you are. I need to update that. Let me try to update that after this game. Okay, good. We didn't overcommit to the Venom. And we saw that he's damaged, and we decided to jump in. Good. Much better. Shield was unnecessary, completely unnecessary here. It's time for us to bail out. Yeah, we're overusing our shield, and I think generally what I'm thinking with this with Chill Guy here, with monkeys, is that he's overusing abilities. He's using abilities too much and not getting the value out of them. Very good use of the ult here. Good switch to the aggression. Your Hulk is much better than your Loki, but unfortunately, like, no offense, it's not saying a whole lot. Good stuff. Punish that easy. Help your tanks out a little bit. Would have been nice to have seen. Yeah, there he goes. There's a clap. And ult's coming down. Yeah, it's unfortunate your Strange popped when he did. You're not going to get a lot out of it. Moon's coming down. Not necessary for a full pullback, but it's going to work. Good. Keep harassing. Put pressure on that. Your Punisher's going crazy here. Punisher got huge value off of that. Yeah, much better on the Hulk than you are with the Loki. I think the biggest thing, I think the broad overarching piece of critique I could give you is you overuse abilities when they aren't getting the most value. Like for all characters, it's a balance between frequency and basically points, like value, right? Your difficulty right now is that you're spending too much, and sometimes that value, it just isn't there. You're using them too early or too late or too often. But overall, you did very good. I think that your Hulk was much better than your Loki. Obviously, you know, we've given you some feedback on that. Yeah, much better overall in your Hulk. Much, much better overall. Good stuff, though. Yeah, good peeling. Exactly, yeah. He had a good... He got in, did what he needed to do, and jumped out. Excellent stuff. All right, Clutched Okami is up next from the sub. Can I submit a match code? Please do. Do not submit me. Now, you might not have been here for this Clutch Okami. Do not submit me a game that you were like, I popped off so hard with this game. I want to see average gameplay. Gameplay that actually has room for critique. Because if you pop off really hard, it's hard to critique that. Like, I can only be like, yep, that's good gameplay. Right? Thanks a lot for the advice. Appreciate it. You're welcome. Thank you so much for following and for your viewership. Before we do this, let me pull up this replay real quick. I think I got it here. Not that. Not that. Did I not? Hold on. Maybe. Come on. Please tell me I actually recorded it. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on, chat. This is one moment. It's right in here-ish. I think it's right here. Hold on. Let's watch this. A little bit. Okay, perfect. Yeah, here it is. So my team goes down here. Watch this. I love this. I love this here. Okay. Maybe you guys could see it too. Can I submit a match code? Yes, please submit a match code, Clutch Okami. I'll watch this real quick. If I were to submit a match, should I just submit my last ranked match or something? Sure, that would work. Lone Pug. Do I have you wrote down? No. Let me write you down. Lone Pug. Make sure that you're getting my attention. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody here. If you're on Twitch, which you should be for this, make sure you use the !join command. Yes, I got you, Lone Pug. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, Ghosted and then Lone Pug. Perfect. We're all on board. We're all on track. Yep. I'm written down, just quadruple checking. Yes. Where did I... Wait, hold up. Ultra. I don't have you. Let me make sure. I got you here. Ultra. Where I saw you use the command. Where were you? There you are. So you're after... There you go. Okay. I've got you here. Okay. Yeah. I've got you here. So you're right after... Who did we just watch? Was that... that was Max. Or that was Monkey, right? So I've got you after Clutched here. Yeah. Okay. All right. Does it still work if I'm on YouTube? Yes. Just make sure that it's a lot harder for me to, like, track you. So just make sure you get my attention. Yeah. Good. Thank you for quadruple checking, Ultra. Yes, because I did not have you down. Thank you. How to submit our match codes to you? Is there a specific command? You just post them from the chat. All right. You guys ready? Let's watch this. Check this out. So I'm trying to help my team. Spider-Man pops ult, and I go, well, shit. I got nothing for that, and I start backpedaling. Trying to get away. This team gets him up. I go, damn it. Okay. All right. Well, is what it is. Oh, maybe it's not here. Maybe it's a little bit further. Yeah, I think it's a little bit further. Hold up. Yeah, because it was a similar situation where my team all rushed in and died. Let me see if I can find it. It's towards the end. Got a shield in front of me, which is annoying. I eventually take it down. Throw healing on. Throw the sleep on him. And I go, well, can't do anything about that. Try to heal where I can. I'm trying to peel out here. Yeah, and just get obliterated by... Yeah, it's right here. It's right here. Okay, I get obliterated by a handful of ults, right? And I'm like, damn, that sucks. Oh, well, no big deal. And then I see the Spider-Man here. I'm like, Spider-Man's lurking. What's he doing? And I go, I'm going to ping him. Because I'm in the spirit form, I can actually ping him. I'm going to keep him kind of watched. So he's still here, and I'm like, what is bro up to? And I see that my Strange is getting ready to pop the portal. See that? See him over there in the corner? Getting ready to pop the portal? I'm like, oh no. The Strange, he's going to get yanked. The Spider-Man's going to go for it. I can guarantee it. I can guarantee that Spider-Man's going for him. So watch. So like, I'm looking for him. I'm looking for him. I block him. I block him. I literally jump right in front of him. Watch this. Watch this. I'll play this back in full. I see him coming, and I literally body block him. You can see me get grabbed for like a nanosecond. Boop, just for a second. Just for a second. I jump in front of him to stop the Strange. Yeah, stand in front of the Strange. I literally body block for that Strange in order to make sure he gets that portal off. And watch what happens after. Gets the portal down. Get the ult off. Like, I can't make it any better for everybody. Land the craziest sleep ever on the high freaking 3-point dunk on the Scarlet Witch with the sleep. End up taking her down. I go down in the process. My team is still up. I force out the res. And I'm like, all right, no, we're clutching this out. Land the shots on him, clean him up. Land the shots on him, clean him up, and take the fucking game, bro. Oh, it was such a good play. Oh, man, it was so freaking clutch. No, it wasn't ranked. It was just a random quick play match. It was just a random quick play match, dude. Oh, man. Dude. I like it. It was so crisp. It was such a crisp play, man. Actually insane gameplay, bro. Yeah, that was good. Dude was furious when he didn't get the block. Yeah, right? Me and that Spider-Man the whole game had been having beef. Could have lied and said it was quick play. Yeah, I'm going to tell you the truth, though. It's just a quick play. All right. I need Clutch Okami. Give me the code, please. Get down, Mr. President. Yeah, right? Dude, that was the highlight of my day right there. That was the highlight of my day right there. Code, I'm Eternity. Peak Loki main on PC. Average rank for this match is Celestial. This match, I use Loki, Luna, Jeff, Strange. Wow, quite a bit of character swap in there. All right. All right, so Eternity, that's much higher than my max rank. 108 581. Oop, 581. 52107. 52107. There we go. 26 minutes. Good lord. All right, buckle up, everybody. We got a game. Best coaches aren't the highest ranks. That's true. Let's see what we got. Clutch Okami on Team Blue makes it easier for us to find. He doesn't need coaching, he's just flexing. That's not necessarily true. Many eyes can help make the gameplay better. Okay, so we've locked in here that we're going to be playing a support. Let's see what we ban. Yeah, different perspectives, exactly. Yep. Yep. And the humility to admit having different perspectives are helpful. Banning Ultron. Nice. Okay. Banning the Punisher. Seeing the ban difference between the two ranks is interesting. Very interesting. Anyone in top 500 that can send a code? Let's hear TDT coach top 500. I'll do it my best. I'll give as best as I can. By the way, Ultra, you are next. And then Shadows. Hela, I kind of get that. I don't think Hela's necessary here outside of just simply disliking the character. Banning Human Torch too.
right heroes could make all the
Speaking of, Misim, I've replaced as the server resident Iron Man player. I've been replaced. Oh, what have you been replaced by? This is a no poke game. Yeah, literally. Literally, there's like the only ones left are Hawkeye and like Widow, but like, you know, Lamau, Widow. Some guy joined who happens to be the number 12 Iron Man PC. Oh yeah. I heard about him. I faded into obscurity. Nah. Ultra, you'll always be my Iron Man player, okay? Alright. Now, you know what's great about this game? Let me pause. Well, I guess we can let this roll. We're going to get to see Loki play in the difference of ranks. We're going to get to see this, like, straight up here.
stay strong.
Lone Pug, I already have you wrote down. God, I hate Black Panther. Me too, brother. Me too. Now Shami's team is unbeatable. Shami's been recruiting. I like the further back placement here. It's got a good line of sight in on the point here, too. Going high from the corner here. Yep, doing the check. Doesn't look like the other one has a line of sight. Using it as cover. Okay. Throwing some shots off because we don't need to worry about healing right away. Much more proactive approach here, right? Like the difference between the two Loki players. Much more proactive. All right, now the healing's going to need to start happening. Good. Placed it down. Playing a little bit more aggressively with it. All 3 points. Healers are now helping out here. We don't need to be super duper involved with what's happening here, right? Keeping healing what's necessary, just keeping an eye on the health bars. Notice how he didn't overreact to the Spider-Man, right? That's not his job. There's only so much he can do. He's in the middle of a reload. Spider-Man was out of position. There's the Black Panther! Okay. So my mind is now, okay, I know I'm going to have a Black Panther on my ass most of this game. He's not going to let me play my game. Right? Switches over to the Strange. Yeah, yep. We portaling? Yep. Trying to get ourselves back in as quickly as we can. It might not be worth it here. I wonder if he's debating that. He's going for it. Okay, here we go. Does he swap back? No. Stays in. The hard... Oh, just barely. Just barely. Almost a literal body block there. Excellent from the Cloak and Dagger having the ult. Punisher, Punisher, Punisher. Oh, I would have loved just a little bit quicker on the explosion there. A little bit quicker would have had her ass. Jump up. Pop it back down. There's a lot of healing there. Good. Good with the 1-2. Excellent stuff so far. Excellent stuff. Yeah, a little bit sooner on the Dark Magic explosion would have had her. Was waiting on my team to respawn. Yup. Yep. Good stuff. Are you swapping back? Looks like you are because you only have one healer. Yep. So there's a long run back for this. I think what would have been better is to simply have you jump off the map. Luna Snow does come back pretty quick. Yeah. Asked Spidey to swap to support, but I had a waddle back. Got it. Yeah, don't be afraid to jump off map. It's pretty fast. Lots of stuff coming down. Didn't think about that? Yeah, that's classic D2 strats right there, bro. Oh, desperately trying to keep her alive, but yeah, that's not your fight. Freeze to run. Nah, I don't have freeze. Yeah. Teammates did not have the umph right there. They were just going to get overwhelmed. Unfortunate. Definitely taking notes of this game. Yeah, just it's the planning with all this, right? Because he's thinking about, it's very clear the thoughts that are going into every move. And you can see that there's not necessarily like a whole lot of gameplay. Unfortunately, I would have liked, like, I think what's hurting him here is that the team has been mostly 5v6. Like, their team's the 5, right? Because he's been kind of out of it for a good portion of it. Doing the whole run back stuff. But like I said, I think the little help with the literally just jump off, you should kill yourself now, right? Would have helped, but this is what it is. Yep, time to fall back, play a little patty cake. Got magic up. Okay. Help that magic out. Yeah, this Spider-Man with the healing. Nice healing spot with that. Throwing some damage in. Aim is, of course, excellent, which what we expect. I'm on the list? Yeah, you're on the list. Yeah, I got you on the list, heads. Not using the ult here. Notice that. It would have been very tempting. A lesser player would have popped ult right there. It's not the time to use the ult. All right, with all that red on the screen, he did not use the ult. Excellently done. Just simply throwing damage where he can. Taking some pot shots in. Spider-Man's in trouble. Looks like he got out. Okay, good. A join command go through. Aqua. I don't... Oh, there you are. You just hit it. Yeah, I got you, Aqua. Get you right down here. Again, notice the restraint. The restraint is impeccable here. We're not over-committing to our ults. We know that we can keep it alive. Venom, we can trust people to do their job. Decided to call it out here because the Venom was starting to get into trouble. Ended up being the right call. The Venom jumps to her in order to keep him alive. It is time to pull back. Good. Lucky. Magneto, we need cover. We end up not going for the grab there, but unfortunately don't get taken down. Amazing you lived that, honestly. I think we were a little too aggressive there. Would have liked to have seen you pull back just a bit. You didn't get punished for it, thankfully, but a little too aggressive there. Notice how he's putting his target prioritization on the targets that are low, not necessarily the targets that are directly in front of him. Right? He knows that he can just simply focus on the things that are nearing death, and just he has an out for that Mr. Fantastic if need be. Yeah. Rest of the team kind of went down there. Looks like they did not stay with each other well enough. Probably one of the best games to put out as long as you're cool with being called out for your mistakes. Yeah, bad games are pretty good. Bad games are good for coaching. I got you, Aqua. Cliff right next to the spawn objective. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Lots of red on the other side there. No one really has ults other than your Venom, which isn't really going to do a whole lot here other than to keep him alive. He decides to send it. You should probably be pinging that Mr. Fantastic on your backline here. He's slowing you down just enough to pull your value off of the rest of the team. Don't be afraid to communicate that there. I'm not seeing any pings. Yeah, I got dove. I think we're being just a little too aggressive here. Just a touch too aggressive. And we're not peeling well enough, or at least calling attention well enough to the DPSs that are harassing us here. What do you guys think, chat? Trying to get the heals up. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get this point. We're almost to ult. There it is. I was going to say, he's looking for that ult to try to clutch it out for a little bit longer. Do have Portal down here. Looks like the team is able to get back just in time. Good coordination with that. Enemy team has their own ult out. Dove really hard. It looks like your DPS is struggling. Let me reach out here and look at. Yeah, your DPS is not doing great. Your DPS is definitely struggling a little bit. Your Spider-Man's doing fine enough. Your Magic is really having a hard time. Damage is good, but very rarely are they actually securing up kills. Right? So yeah, that explains where most of your value is being lost. Emma's doing a lot of the damage herself. The Doctor Strange definitely could be doing better. Show Masher used your main. I think that would give you the best feedback on how to improve. Yeah, probably. There we go. We're playing a little bit more defensively now. They got that point up here fast. Damn, they got that. See how the enemy team, just as an aside, see how they're playing forward on the point to try to force his team back? Right? That's like the difference between the ranks right there. Again, we're having a hard time with getting assaulted in the backline here, which is not necessarily killing us, but it's taking a lot of our energy away from what we should be doing generally. Maybe staying a little nearer to the Emma could be helpful. I'm not sure if I'm not noticing something because it's higher rank. That's what I'm thinking, probably just because of all dive. Maybe, yeah. I think the big thing here is just a breakdown between basically the front line and the back line. He's having to play the back line here, and he just does not have the umph he needs in order to take out the things that are on him. Trying to save him. Good. Healing. Good stuff, good stuff. Good freeze. Holy crap, good freeze. Yeah, don't be afraid to ping targets more. Don't be afraid to ping targets. Notice how he kept the target frozen and then didn't deal damage to her. Just took her out of the fight for like the 5 seconds that she's frozen. Deal damage while you can now. Good stuff. Another ult comes down. Yeah, Mr. Fantastic. How do I get in the loser's queue? You get a win in loser's queue? I don't know what you mean. Okay, we heard a portal. Is that from ours or from theirs? I think that's from theirs.
I've still got songs to sing.
Pushing the overtime here. Yeah, I think the breakdown, pinging targets wins games, no joke. Yeah, I think the lack of pinging is helpful here. Yeah, we're forcing this out. Nothing can really, the enemies can't really do a whole lot about you here. They don't really have anything to actually shut you down legitimately. But this is just the desperate last minute sort of thing. No stuff left. Yeah, you're going to go down. And that, once that Venom goes down, will be it. Wow, Emma is still on the point. Damn, the trickle right now is insane, dude.
I've still got songs to sing.
Still up there, yeah. Yeah, it was a rough call there. Like I said, I think the big thing that we're seeing here is a breakdown between what's happening to the damage on the front line, the tanking on the front line, and what's happening to you and the rest of your supports in the back line. Like, you're getting dove and barely anything's happening about it. Not your fault, but I think that's like a communication failure, yeah? This is super helpful to watch through as a much lower rank. Yeah, like, the gameplay here on the decision-making particularly is so much better. So much better, right? The communication is the thing I think we're lacking just a bit. Don't ping much. Yeah, pinging is so helpful. Like, one of my most valuable things as a Mantis is to sleep somebody and then ping the shit out of them, like, kill this MFR now. It helps. It helps. Okay, switching up the supports here a little bit. This makes a little bit more sense with how we were struggling. Because Luna wants not to be as close as Invisible Woman. Invisible Woman's much more like get in their face kind of a deal, right?
In fact, we're closer than
Trying to find a game. Find a game I lost that would be good to review, but the high highs and the low lows of engagement optimized matchmaking makes every game a sweep. Not always.
in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I got you wrote down armed and dangerous.
Area. Got it?
I will warn you, it is unlikely that I'm going to be able to get to you. We have a lot of people in front of you. If you're interested in getting a game reviewed, subbing is the best way to jump up in the queue. All right, playing Loki, swapping back to our previous or our first strategy here. Notice how the enemy team is yielding this first zone, something that we often fight over on lower ranks. They're just kind of letting it happen. I would be looking for high ground here, Loki. You're doing a good job of the healing, but you're in a kind of a dangerous position here. Here comes the Hulk. Okay, you got yourself an escape plan. That's good. Good. Maybe not thankfully. You weren't punished. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen a slightly better escape tool for that. Broke, but okay. Yeah, well, we'll keep doing this. But I'm just, like, letting you know. There's so many of you that want coaching, which is, like, understandable, right? But I can only get to so many of you. Play with the ults. Shoot it down. Yup. Good stuff. Almost to ult ourselves. Notice how he's saving his regeneration field. Right until another ult comes down, because that thing is like a mini ult. Excellent use of the invisibility when he started to get pressured. Pop in the ult of his own. Good stuff. There's the damage. Yup. Falling back with the rest of the team. 4 seconds left. Not going to be able to get anything else off of this. Would have liked to have seen him cycle the healing orb onto his feet right before he went down, but, you know, it's what it is. A little bit of a bunch up there with that. It's okay, you can only be so picky. Hello, gamers and savers. How we doing today? We're doing good, Beast. I'm sorry if I'm not focusing on chat right now. I'm heavily focusing on this. Good use of the higher ground here. Use damage where you can. Oh, it's fine. Good. Yeah, that high ground allows you to splash both healing and damage onto targets at the flick of a wrist, right? Good take of the first point. It looks like based off of the time, that this is going to go into double overtime. Electric Panda, I already have you wrote down. Don't worry about that. Can you view me next? I have everybody in a queue. I left earlier. Do I have to rejoin the queue? No, you're fine. I didn't get to your game, so you're good. Really interesting to see a top-tier Loki as someone trying to learn the character. Yep, it's good stuff. If nothing else, the coaching in this is do what he's doing. Everyone who's in stream. Is that the game number written down? Okay, good. Taking his time. Looks like he wanted to get some damage in there. Probably best that he pulled back, though. Don't do what I do, Lamau. You know what I mean. Like, you're doing a pretty good job all around. I don't think I play Loki optimally. I don't think you are. But, like, there are some decisions here that you're making that are just honestly quite good. Right? Like, there's still some good stuff in here. I would be much more demanding of the high ground, though. Good, calling that. Waited for it to matter. Unfortunately, your team went down. So you're not going to get a whole lot off of this here, but you can stall them with this. Yeah, enemy ult. Again, positioning, my friend. Positioning. You're a little too aggressive with your positioning. You're kind of like just riding right on top of them. Almost like you're playing a tank. Panic pop that out. Good use of the swap. It's not going to really give us an answer, though. Yep. The runes in the mag was nice. That was good, yeah. That was good. Yeah, the biggest thing I'm seeing here is that I think you're getting too locked into the action at the moment. Like, you have such good decision-making going over broadly. Like, the way that you're approaching everything is, like, proactive, right? But I think where we're struggling is when we're actually into the actual fray, we drop that a little bit. Our thought process kind of starts to go too much into, you know, push in healing, push in damage, push in healing, push in damage, whatever it may be, right? High ground and such is your best friend. And literally every time we've seen you go on high ground, you've gotten this like big value off on the team, right? We have ulti potentially. If you play a Loki, get high. Yes, good. I'm glad you understood. There we go. Got the ult of our own. Yep. Good stuff. Damage. Not gonna get anything from it. Maybe. Almost. Oh, you wanted it so bad. I could tell you wanted it bad. Oh, you still want it. You are a greedy mother effer. You are a greedy mother effer. How dare you? That was so greedy. Bad. That was so greedy. Got my one. That was so unnecessarily greedy. You should have counted that as a loss. How dare you? How dare you, Celestial player? You know better than that. My pride was on the line. You greedy mother effer. You're letting your team die. Get to high ground, damn it. Use your clones. There you go. I get back faster. That's my reasoning. Ping your Hulk. Your Hulk knows that he's not going to get anything here. Yeah, he's going to jump. High ground. Got it's now or never. You're going to copy them again, aren't you? You're looking for him. You're looking for him. You're looking for him. There, you found him. Don't pop it down just yet. Keep the healing. There you go. Yep. Support ults versus support ults right now. Yeah, there we go. High ground. Let's go. And we got a kill. Shooter 101, everybody. High ground. Take Obi-Wan Kenobi's advice. Literally high ground. Oh, brother. It's just positioning right now. Like, the big thing right now is the over-aggressiveness and the positioning are the two biggest things that I think are giving you trouble. Trying to force out a pull. That's good. Got that portal out. Yeah, just throw shots in. That was a great escape on the Mr. Fanta ult. Yeah. I cannot get over how many times, like, literally every time you've gone to high ground, you immediately see value. I cannot stress this enough, how many times this has been valuable to you. It's literally every single time. I think we could go back and watch this whole stream over, and literally every single time you've gone high ground, you've immediately found value. Immediately. Your positioning is just too stale with where you're setting yourself up right now, like right behind everybody else and such. It's getting heals in, but it's just like you're forcing out things that you don't necessarily need to. Okay, you have ulti. You're going to do it again. You're going to do it again, aren't you? It's crazy that your team is still alive here. Okay, careful. Runes, good stuff. The follow-up on the punishment of the runes. Hold it. Ugh. Okay. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more patience out of that ult. A little bit more patience out of that ult. Looks like it's going to work out, though. Maybe I'm wrong. Good stuff. Agamotto going to give us trouble. We did not have regeneration field. Ugh, by the hair of our chinny chin chin. By the hair of our chinny chin chin, we are going to take this. Remember, this is a long game, folks. It's a long game. Your enemy team's trickling just like you did, trying desperately to keep you off. Good, and that will take it. I'm back. How's the line? Long. Long, long, long. This game is quite a long one, too. Like, the game itself is a long game. Round 3. Yep. Yeah, generally speaking, like I said, the biggest point I can give advice for is the overcommitment to fights. Like, you're a little too aggressive. The greed was obviously like the clearest example of that. And my guy, please use high ground. My DPS was struggling a bit. Yeah, it's clear that your team is not completely all put together, right? The fact that you have as much damage as you do is a good indication of that. Your DPS is definitely struggling. Definitely struggling. These numbers are going to be big too because they're basically 2 games.
Welcome to the Dark Force dimension.
High ground is scary. If the enemy team doesn't have anything to shut you down with, it doesn't need to be. I'll stay on the live stream, tell him up if the line gets to me. Sounds good. Go super fast this round. IDK how? All right, we'll see what we can do. You're probably going to be splashing multiple targets at once. Breaking up our targets here. Do we want to... Nope, just going to go straight. Okay. Using them as a shield. Classic. Like, Loki's at 30%. Let's see. You just get, like, a bunch of them tagged. Yeah, they're all pretty much bunched up right there. Looks like they're maybe going for portal, maybe? No, maybe not. Yeah, just big bunch up punish because they're pushing really hard. I like the little preemptive fallback here. Regenerative field to keep your team alive is also smart here too. Notice how we use that regenerative field right into the doppelganger rather than letting the doppelganger get immediately destroyed. Funneling healing in is good. Good to stay there. I like that you're keeping your distance here. Good. You've got ult. Popping it down early. Good stuff. They got one of their own. Nice. Kills that you can get here are excellent. Huge value you can get out of these right now. There's your high ground. There it is. Rain it down. Rain it down. Regenerative field. Because the thing is, like, what high ground does, especially if you're alone in that high ground, is it forces the enemy team to take priority. They have to decide what they want to do with it. That portal was incredibly clutch out of that Doctor Strange. Good healing on the Emma. Looks like you're going to go down, though. Again, I feel like just a little bit too aggressive. Just a little bit too aggressive. We've gotten 2 draws in 90 hours. We've gone bronze to the other one is silver. I'm still in silver. All right. You can help out with that. Yeah. Decided not to take the engagement. Falling back here a bit. Just deciding just to keep it up. Huh? Ooh, what are we doing? What are you doing? Are you going? You're going for a kill, you greedy bastards. You're doing it, aren't you? You're going to go for another kill. You are. You're going to try to diff the frickin' support again, aren't you? You absolutely are. Brother, your team is dying, brother. Your team is, you're trying, oh my gosh. Thankfully, your cloak and dagger had ults ready to go. Yeah, it ended up going down. Brother, you're overcommitted. It's not worth it. Don't give me that face, young man. Average DPS Loki. This is the every Loki in my games, yeah. Yeah, okay, so when I said do what he's doing, don't do that. Field, there you go. Back up, yep. Yeah, they're going to get that. I think you would have won the game had you not gotten greedy right there. I think your value would have been the difference there. I actually think you kind of sold right there a little bit. All right, let's see if you can take it back. Let's see what you can do. High ground and opposite angle. We said do the thing he did. I take it back. I lied. Don't do what he's doing. I like that you're applying what healing you can here. You can throw down some of your abilities. Don't be afraid to use your abilities here. Like your you throw out the healing before you go throwing it out. Okay, good hold. Also, that high elo players take the game half seriously. In my games, you peek a corner and you die and get flamed, Lamal. Yeah. Hello, what's up, Yerwin? How you doing? All right, let's see what we're doing. I was taking it seriously. That's just how I play. Brother, you need to let those opportunities come to you. Don't try to force them. You forced them twice, and I legitimately think it sold. Like, I get it, right? Like, if you could get that pick, if you could have gotten that pick, I get it. That would have been insane value. And you would have just won right there, right? I understand. But you can't just, like, just drop it down, right? It's the opportunity cost. Hits the ego. Yes, exactly. All right, we're doing a storm team up here. She almost died. And almost is not good enough. Don't gamble. You guys familiar with the concept of min-maxing? Like the game theory concept of min-maxing. Not game design. Not like meta. I mean like the game theory idea of min-maxing.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Why do you say Lamal like Lamal instead of LMAO? I don't know, it's funny. Probably need 8 total bans with 40 character roster maybe. 99% of gamblers quit before they win big. There it is. We get to see some Pro Jeff gameplays here, though. Let's see how this goes. Spray into the team. Generate that ult. Storm is being very aggressive here. I love the switch up in strategy, though. I think that Jeff ultimately does suit this playstyle a little bit better for what you're going for. Being nice and in their space. Good stuff. Maybe some of say 20 TDTwo tokens over years and not get a TDT plus. Personally, bless play, I'm going to be very disappointed. I've got some bad news. Staying at his distance, Jeff does not need to worry about his range. Keeping the healing down. Yeah, this positioning makes a lot more sense for Jeff, because Jeff has a lot better of an immediate escape tools for this. Terrorize lobbies with DPS Jeff. Yeah, it shows. Your Loki gameplay betrays your DPS Jeff. Yeah, this is much better overall. Like, Jeff is a lot simpler to understand and to play and such, but your positioning with him makes a lot more sense. This isn't a flat style with Jeff, the fire hose. I mean, it works. ASMR gameplay, yeah. Alright, he has ult. He's going to be saving it for the Storm team up. Okay, doesn't need to worry about it too much. That's a full commit overtime here. He's got a ways to go. Literally cannot lose point even once. Like that you fell back there when as soon as you heard the Iron Man start to fire. Knowing that you might be in danger. Ooh, huge. Huge. Storm should probably be popping very, very soon. This next team up, or this next team battle. Begs Storm to let me ult alone. No, I think it worked out here, because, like, the thing is you're threatening them. If you would have popped this ult, they would have known that you didn't have the answer to it. The fact that they had an Iron Man on their team also is their counter. They're probably saving it specifically for you, which is good that you didn't use it, because just the sheer threat of it alone was enough to force them to hold off. Look, see, the enemy Iron Man has his ult. He hasn't popped. You see what I'm saying? This is a mind game right now. You don't even know that you're playing it, but you're playing a mind game. The fact that you and your Storm have not popped the ult yet and just are simply threatening it is forcing the enemy team to do stuff they shouldn't. Now you should pop. As soon as you get eyes on that Iron Man, they're just gonna give it to you. GG. Good game. Yeah. Actually, like 5D chess mind games that went on there, and I don't think anybody even realized what was happening in that. Because I guarantee that Iron Man was saving ult specifically for you. You and the Storm, right? The fact that it wasn't used made them terrified. Good stuff. Yeah, I think Jeff was absolutely the correct call there towards the end. Great healing. Would have liked to have seen you be a little less egotistical, a little less gambler fallacy, and a little bit more just play the min-max, play the smart stuff, right? But good stuff. Good stuff. Good plays. Good plays. I got my DPS. Yeah, you did a little bit. You did a little bit. Your DPS was struggling. Your DPS was struggling just a bit. However, they were finishing up kills, right? Because damage alone is not good enough. Got to remember that, right? Because just simply getting damage on the board means that somebody's getting a support ult. Kills are what actually matter for that damage statistic. You know what I mean? So long as somebody finishing up the damage that you're dealing, in this case the Spider-Man, pretty good. Pretty good. Say less damage is better. Depends on what you're doing. GG, I was hoping he was going to lose, brother. I can join if I'm also Grandmaster and give some advice too. From the chat, feel free. Try to be less greedy and def use high ground. Yeah, dude, like I said, literally every time you used high ground, it was insane. Like, it felt like I was, like, scripting it. Every single time you jumped on high ground, you immediately found value. You immediately found value. All right. Nader Gaming? Is that how that's pronounced? Nader? Got you wrote down. Dealt enough damage to kill Groot 42.3 times. Thank you, Fizzy Geoduck. All right, Ultra, you are up. Let me go quickly get some water. I'm here. Electric Panda, you have a ways to go. You have a couple people in front of you, like 3 or 4 people in front of you. Do you have any? Did you have any Luna tips? Not really. Like I said, I feel like the thing there, I think you're probably best off with Jeff. Like, Jeff seemed to be, like, how you were playing. I think Jeff generally was the best, like, positioning-wise for you. Because you positioned almost identically on all 3 heroes. Every single hero, you positioned almost the exact same way. Right? I think Jeff is the one that gets the most value out of how you are positioning. You know what I'm saying? How many more submissions would you say would be left if you had to make an assumption? Well, there's... Oh, let me count. There's... Box you off. Oop. Let me make sure that other person did not return. They did not, so I can cross them off. Vlad, review me, please. Tartan, I will put you on the list. I am warning you in advance. There's a lot of people in front of you, and it's unlikely I can get you today. Okay? Subs can bump up the priority, but for right now, there's so many frees right now that I am unlikely to get you. But I've got you on the list, okay? Anyway, Ultra, you're up, and then it is Shadow, Minimax, Batter, I think is the name, and Electric. Then you're up, Electric. We doing this on multiple days? Potentially, yes. Really want to improve my Luna. Am I able to send a VOD next stream? Yes. Live coaching, please, and thank you. Live, okay. Let me quickly get some water. Tell you what, go ahead and queue up, Ultra. Let me find you. Go ahead and queue up. By the time the game lets me in, I'll be back. Junior, I just literally couldn't read my handwriting. Bad Junior. I literally couldn't read my handwriting. That was the problem, not your name. Huh. Be right back. Just grab some water. Here, listen. Hold on. ASMR water bong noise. Here, listen. Wait, I'm gonna turn off this. Listen. Isn't that nice? Ah, that's great. I love that. Anyway, be right back. Filling up my water. Alright, I've returned. Oy. What about me? I joined before Ultra. I have you wrote down far after Ultra. Where is Ultra? Where'd he go? There he is. Diamond 2, by the way. Okay. We're still in the ban phase. Okay, cool. Banning Rocket of all things. That's a choice. Teds, I can go back and check. But I have you after Ultra by a pretty wide margin. Drinking hot chocolate? Oh, excellent. First time checking the stream live. Great experience. Would recommend. Cool. Did join command before Ultra was in the stream. All right. I will take you at your word. I will grab you next, okay? Can somebody verify that? Like, hold on. Let me see. Let me just make sure. I believe you, but I just want to make sure. Yeah, okay. All right, yeah. I don't know how I missed that, okay? I got you. I'll wrote you down next. No, I want to be next, just saying. Okay. Okay. Let's see what you can do, Ultra. Well, besides jorking it just a little bit. Thank you for checking, though. You're welcome. All right. Our team, we've got 2 flyers, 3 supports. No, 2 supports, sorry. No, yeah, 3 supports. I'm looking at the wrong team. Yeah, 3 supports. Yeah, okay. So, we can be a little aggressive here. Ultron operates as sort of a DPS. We are very low tanking, which means that we're going to have to be careful about how we use our space. I would like to see more just basic attack here. Falling back is a good call to deal with the tank. Can only deal so much. Popping down that. Okay, good. Remember, we're red fighting blue here, folks. Good kill. I think you're overusing your beam just a little bit. I think you would be a little bit better off keeping off your basic attack there. Just a bit. Like in here, beam. Right? But I feel like there's a handful of times the targets get away from us a bit. Good stuff. We have pulse cannon. We're saving it. We're looking for it. He's looking for it. Damage on. Good stuff. Going to head out. Great stream. See you, Selric. Can't speak. I'll take you off the list. Thank you for letting me know. Hey, bowling the supports. Good stuff. I like that he's not over committing here. Like he's making sure he takes his time to get in and out using his abilities. He could ult. Good read on that. Excellent read on that. Waited for her to come back. Excellent stuff. Can you get him before he goes down? Probably not. Grab the healing. Good call. Yeah, your use of the movement is superb here. John Iron Man, if you activate armor override, the missiles do less damage. It goes from 20 to 15. I did not know that. Oh, crazy clutch healing. Crazy clutched up healing. Stay low for your healers to get you good stuff. Start taking some pot shots in. Yep. Trying to see if we can find damage. Yep, aim is real good, real clean. Looking for the squishy things. You can make this Magic's life a living hell. Using low to take cover, good stuff. Unibeam to deal some damage and pull it back. Yep. The patience that you have is superb. You're not overcommitting. You're staying exactly where you need a position in order to stay out. The only thing I'd maybe like to see is just a little bit more targeted harassment. Pushing with the team, staying low in order to keep the healing up with the team. Good stuff. 3 pops open. It shouldn't matter here. You just boost out. Yep. Go high. Good stuff. You have ults. Good hit. Good hit. The patience is superb. The patience is superb here. Forcing out the enemy teams, all of their stuff in order to get you in like a catbird seat position. You know what I'm saying? Use your angles here. Careful over committing that. Okay, good. But like this back and forth motion that he has here, sticking with the Ultron 2 in order to round out that damage. There we go. I'd like to see a little bit of targeted aggression on those. Just a little bit, like going high right up here. There we go. There it is. Yep, you thought about it. Uh-huh. Focusing down the tank. It's fine. You've got supports there in the back that you could be throwing some damage in on. Careful to watch your distance here. That magic will rip you up if you're not careful. Good kill. Helped it with the supports there. Good stuff. I feel like we're putting just a little bit too much pressure onto the tanks here, rather than letting the tanks kind of like be a natural, like a fall, right? But good target prioritization to pull back and deal with the magic. Yeah, ults. Be patient. Be patient. Good. Now's a good time to follow the tank. Ooh, and there's the magic. Got a little close to the little opening over there, but to be fair, you couldn't expect the magic coming out of the window like that. Magic to defenestrate herself to put you in a dangerous position. Good stuff, though. Good stuff overall. The patience is good. Like I said, I'd like to see just a little bit more targeted harassment to the squishier targets. Just a little bit more. The enemy team does not have a whole lot of options to deal with you, frankly. They're also a man down now. The temptation to maximum pulse must be resisted. The temptation must be resisted. Stay low. Stay with the team. Unibeam. Huh? Good stuff. Force out her ult. Nope, she takes the L. We have an opening to push this final point if it's opened up then. Because they don't have the supports to shut us down. Another support ult of our own. Excellent stuff. Good. Stick with the rest of the group. Yep. Any thoughts from anybody in chat? Everyone's real quiet in chat. Keep going for the damage. There we go. Beautiful stuff. Wow, 0.01 on the meterage there. I'd like to see you push up just a little bit here to try to basically vanguard some damage out. Phalanx some damage out. It's decent if somebody doesn't play Tony. Yeah, like I said, I think the only thing here is just a touch more aggression. There we go. Just like that. Good stuff. Push with the team. The enemy team was way too aggressive, so you know what? It worked out. What in the hell is this downtime right now? Are they just giving up? Maybe. Back just a step. We've got counter. Wait for it. Good stuff. Immediately take out that ult. Do players know that just because you have movement options, you aren't automatically a dive player? Overextending is a thing. I've seen many people try to play dive with the thing. Or new Jeff and fail horribly. I hope so. That's partially why I'm so strict about how I discuss the categories. You'll see us talk a lot about the categories, and we've done those videos once every season. And I make a lot of argument against the you have movement, thus you are dive. You know, like I push back against that. Good kills. Yeah, just take the zone. Don't have any comment on the gameplay other than not constantly attacking the tanks. Yeah, I feel like a little too much pressure is being put on the tanks. I know we're probably just farming ult, right? But I feel like more pressure could be put on the backline with basically no trade-off, no downside trade-off. Plot 1 in a support main, so I've got nothing to say. Fair enough. Hey, TDT, how are you? I'm good, Blue. Hope you're doing good, too. But yeah, speaking about the I have movement, thus I'm a dive player thing. Yeah, I dislike that. Like a lot of people, I've seen people make argument that Tony, Iron Man, is a flanker. I'm like, no. No. Absolutely not. Like, he can flank, but that doesn't make him a flanker. They surrendered? Yeah, they're a man down.
I hope you're feeling worthy today, Goldilocks. We've got our work cut out for us. That's how you start a battle.
Where do they surrender, though? They just surrender off the first point of contact? Or slightly thereafter? I'm going to stand up my desk here while we wait. Chose to surrender, match ended. Yeah, that doesn't happen all that often. We will attribute that to the absolute god tier Iron Man gameplay. All us, chat. All Ultra. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, look at those assists. Kills. Good stuff, Ultra. Excellent, excellent. Very little to say. Like I said, the only thing I think you're just a little too hungry to chew on tanks rather than like make shots at the supports and such. But good stuff. Amron's so good he attacked their Wi-Fi. Yeah. TBH, most people like myself are just waiting for our turns to be judged and aren't paying too much attention to the others. I try listening while I play, though. Well, I feel like the best way to get coaching is to look at other people's gameplay. You know, especially if they're better than you. Anyhow, good stuff. I have very little to say. Very little to say. Quality. All right, Teds, you're up. Give me le code. I will go over here. Favorites. And match replays. Teds, where are you at? Jarvis, blow their breaker, yeah. Jarvis, upload that to my TikTok. By the way, we don't have a TikTok. If you see it, if you see somebody who's, if you hear me in a TikTok, it's not us. Someone sub earlier a while ago. Let me double check. Like a long time ago, and that was clutched. Yeah, I think that was just clutched. Anime night in an hour. Yes, by the way, if you want to join us for anime night, we do that on our Discord here. Just chill, hanging out, watching Freeman. Feel free to. Okay, cool. All right. Let me get these in here. Blue, I got you wrote down here. I'm still salty. I missed the Stark episodes because I was banished to California. Ah, unfortunate. All right. Okay, let's take a look here. So, 5. Interesting. This starts with a 5. 505. 709. 18430. 18430. That's actually his credit card number, chat. Write that down. Who's next? After them, it is Shadows.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
All right, because this is a replay, we can skip forward just a bit. This is not a quick play. This is quick play. This is quick play. Okay. Just a little quick play match. Okay. Teds. Ah, a Black Panther. A character I'm notoriously bad at. All right, let's see how this goes.
Stay strong.
I was coaching my bronze friend. Interesting, okay? I'm begging you all, don't sub, please. Was there 4 Instalock Spider-Man? No. Hold up. No way. Hold on. I need to verify this. I need to see this. There was. I can't process this. We tried making the meme. I see. Absolute cinema.
Martial arts sharp.
Okay. Anyway, as we were.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds.
Damn. Yeah. Learning from quick play feels so difficult. It can be a little harder, maybe. Your Black Panther wasn't that bad on stream a few days ago. It was pretty bad, though. Okay, taking pot shots off here. I don't like how open you are here, Teds. You're very out in the open here. This first point is, like, not the place to be. Yeah, you should not be holding here. You're way too far forward. You are so overextended. Yeah, we went from like, okay, this isn't great. We're kind of out in the open. A little too far forward to we are way too far forward. We drove a car of glass into a brick wall and got smashed. My friend is the Iron Man, all right? Center your damn screen, son. Stop looking at the ground. That's kind of unnecessary here. Ah, there's the Panther. Yeah, wait for you got eyes on the Panther before you start plopping stuff down. That's a good call for it. You do have the team up, yep. You can be aggressive. As soon as you get those down, you want to start put some pressure on. Now it'd be good to have one of those squids. Using the float to get down. Yeah, we're not using Namor for like the express purpose that Namor is meant to be used, which is to do the counter dive. We're way too like aggressive when we shouldn't be and defensive when we have no reason to be. We're spending like a lot of time in here, just kind of doing a whole lot of nothing, you know? Like this is fine, right? But like there was nothing here for the vast majority of it. The squids are not going to get the value you want. Now would be a good time for the squids. There we go. If we would have waited just a little bit longer. Missed our shots here. That's fine.
Watch out, they're headed our way.
Not a terrible position on that. Got a kill. Yeah, the positioning and the timing of our squids is just a little off. A little off. Sometimes it's too soon. Sometimes it's too late. I can't put it under one blanket. That's a good time to use it. That was a great time to use it. Flop it down, let it get some damage. Look at that. It got a kill. Woo! Yeah, timing right now with our squids is a major issue. Happened to work out there. They're a little out in the open, but it's fine. They don't have a whole lot of ways of dealing with you. Besides the Punisher. Again, we're way too far forward. Way too far forward. Pull the hell back. Pull the hell back. There we go. I'm glad that Punisher's forcing you to learn a good lesson here. I like that you're cycling your squids appropriately between your team up, allowing you to keep the squids up more often. Your ult is calling our name. That's unfortunate. You want out the sky. You want out the sky. You are lucky to be alive. Get. You hear judge, jury, and executioner, my friend, not much is surviving that. Very little is surviving that, in fact. You want out the sky. Just wondering what place I'm in right now because I'm actively playing matches and don't want to miss it. You are so far out. Don't worry about it, Lone Pug. You are so far out. It is actually unlikely we're going to get to you at this current state. The solo ult on the weakened target. What a play. We will keep doing these streams, by the way, so don't worry about that. Just I only have so much time to actually stream today and give coaching. Okay, good stuff. I like that position. Huge ult. Yeah, good hit from that Iron Man. Good follow up with the 1-2. Squids are back online. Finishing out the clutching out that last kill there. It's good stuff. We can be aggressive here. There you go. Almost. Yeah, much better. The aggression timing there was much better. Forcing the enemy to take a back step there. Kind of an awkward position for it, but it's going to work out. Open fire. Oh, finish that Punisher. Oh my gosh. There you go. You do have ulti here. You should keep your eyes on that right-hand side and over top. Looks like you finally saw him. Good. I'd like to see the positioning of these squids be a little bit different. It's working okay here. Punisher's in turret mode, but just pull back. Yeah, just let him have the space. Cannot believe you got away with that. This definitely is like, there's a lot of stuff you're getting away with here that you really should not be. And I think it's teaching some bad habits with your timing and your put. Like, bro, the Black Panther was just running at you. He's playing like me. He's just playing like me. Yeah, there's a lot of decisions that are not going punished here. Like I said, I think you're going to learn some bad habits. Right in the open fire of the line of sight. Keeping it alive, surprisingly. Again, like, there's so many things, bro. There's so many things. I cannot believe your squid stayed up for that long. That's a pretty good position for it. If it wasn't on destructible terrain, that's okay. side there. Don't. Oh, man. Oh, I feel like the Jiminy Cricket on his shoulder, you know? Squids! Oh, you're lucky. There's so much. Thing is, I'm nearly Lord on Namor. It's just a difference in, like, because Lord is just a measurement of time spent, right? Like, it means that you've got certain mastery for that skill level, right? But there's a lot, so many times you're getting away with stuff you really should not be. You really should not be. Yeah, we should have pulled way the hell back here. Yeah, no one is there to back us up. We go down in the process. Unfortunate.
I will not be stopped so easily.
What's your, like... I won't ask that. Don't worry, I lock in. Okay. Don't know with how the hours I've played, I still don't have a Lord. Yeah, it just probably means you play a lot of different characters.
Our enemies are here.
I hyper-focus myself. I hyper-focus on like 3 characters. I just make that my whole personality. Where is your tank? Do you have a tank? You do have a tank. Where is your tank? Put that down. Yeah, the fact that we have a Panther means that we should be probably saving at least one of them. Whether we have eyes on or something for him specifically. Finally. There you go. Yep. The team is all over the place. Realistically, we should be pinging for a pullback and regroup here. He says he locks in, but the game's almost over. And it's not competitive. I cannot believe you lived that. That was a good time for the ult. Ooh, gets it off immediately. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate. That timing on that was way off. If that was if that was supposed to be the block, that was way off. Way too early. I hit absolutely nothing. I see lots of locking in. I see a lot of flailing that happens to be where I'm trying not to be mean. Right? But I'm gonna be critical where I can to be helpful, right? Okay. Okay. I was gonna say, like, dude, I cannot believe you lived that. Dodge the Groot ult. Ah. Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Like the tide, Namor always.
Might never gotten a Lord because I flex so much. Yeah, that happens.
Hostile ahead.
Pulse charge.
Ooh, huge ult. Iron Man ult's coming in absolutely clutch here. Iron Man's ult has been consistently on point. We'll read some of these chats while we're waiting. Why do I need to be notified on my main channel account to know you're live 2 hours later? I don't know, man. Sorry about that. Let's see what we got here. Not sure. Oh, we're going for the high ground thing here. Okay. All right, yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. You're cooking here. Yeah, you have, dude. You have. There are so many counters you have to the enemy team right now with those squids, and we're just barely getting use out of them. Just barely. Like almost every single character on that enemy team has a bad matchup to you. That or they're like equal, you know. But you have positive matchups against 2 of their 6 characters. Man, oh man, oh man. All right, big thing. Big thing. Way over aggressive early on in the game. Way over positioned. Outside of that, how we placed our squids down was sometimes too early, sometimes too late. We had the direct counter to a lot of the Black Panther, which ended up happening kind of by accident and felt like, rather than having it be something that was planned out. Right? It didn't feel like we were like keeping an eye or keeping a tab on the Black Panther. It's just something that maybe every once in a while we happen to get them down, right? Overall, the damage was good. You kept your shots on. You've got the mechanical skill to back up what you're doing, which is why you get out of a lot of bad situations. The positioning, the mindset, and the planning is the thing that's really killing you right now, right? That's the thing that's giving you the most trouble. You fix those things, which ironically are some of the easier things to fix because they don't require training. It just requires a change in mindset, and you got it. Exposition on why demons speak human language and manipulation. For everyone gets arrested. Party fights demons. And we're continuing from there. Ah, okay. Mason, you weren't here for last anime night. Okay, thank you. All right. I agree. Okay, cool. Cool. Like I said, mechanically, you've got the skill for everything, which is, like I said, that's why you're getting yourself out of these bad situations. But the more broad, top-down approach stuff is where you're struggling. All right. Shadows, you are next. And congratulations, nobody subbed. So you did not get bumped down the list. Shadows, is this you? Actually, just drop it in the chat. I'll do it. I'll do that. Remind my explanation. It sucks. Not gonna lie, I do not remember what happened in the last two episodes. Okay. You guys are exactly where I am. Gotta go. It's 3 a.m. for me. All right. Have a good night, man. Code. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oop. 1 0 7585 7585 62914 62914. All right. Competitive. And a 2-0. You better not be sending me a good game. I'm gonna be pissed if you send me a good game right now. Not a long game, lol. Not my greatest. Okay, all right. Okay, let's see what we go for bands. Stay hydrated, everybody. Okay. I guess we can kind of skip through these a little bit here, but we'll let them roll. Alrighty. Which one are you, Shadows? What is your name here? Do I have you wrote down? Yes, I do. KH. KH. There you are. So you are playing as Magic. Interesting. Positioning and timing is the most important thing for Magic. So we'll see how you do. Skip ahead just a bit. All right. A little bit more. A little bit more. There we go. All right. What we have on our team right now, the tanks are Brawl. And we've got the Punisher to back up for the damage. Our supports are mostly lifelines here. We don't know what the enemy team is yet, even though we know it because we've been looking at the game. Let's take a look. Going out wide and going for the flank. Yep, it's fine. Going deep here. I want to see full commitment to this. Full commitment to this. I want to see good execution of the combos. All right, we're off to a rocky start. Oof, we're off to a rocky start. We're going to be able to clean it up, though. Ooh, barely lived that. Wow, we barely lived that. Your Luna is struggling to hit you. Incredible your Cloak and Dagger got that up so quickly. Yeah, little rough so far. Jump on out. Clean up the Ankh. Pick up the very last bit of... Wow, man. Y'all got those ults quick. Punisher already got his ult. Moon Knight already got his ult. What in the hell? Goodness gracious. Pull back, grab some heals. Alright, I want to see some aggression. Don't just hang out on point. Gas forward. You're close on ult too. It was the fastest Moon Knight ult I've ever seen. Yeah, that was incredibly quick. Okay, ult's coming down here. Dude, ults are coming out so fast. Wow. Luna popped ults. Excellent. You can chill. Farm your ults. Get damage. Damage, 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 damage. We might go down here. We're living, but not for long. Drop down. Grab heals. Nope. Yeah, I think a big thing we're missing right here, first of all, we flipped our initial combo, and we just, like, never really recovered. We need more aggression out of this here. We're not being nearly as violent enough, right? We're just kind of picking at stuff. Magic needs to be brutal. Yeah, I've done, also, yeah, he's done none of the spins. The demons can be okay. Right? The demons can be okay for just general, like, better damage overall, like, over the longer period of time. But, like, there's been a handful of times where the spin would have been a better call. We have ulti. We're gonna die. Yep. Our goal is not to brawl the tanks. Our goal is to find the squishy stuff that's off to the side. The longer range stuff that has a harder time. Just kind of scared of feeding, but probably my support mentality. Yeah, it is 100% right now. You are playing scared. And it shows. There's a lack, like I said, a lack of brutality with how you're moving in. Rift or throats out. Good grab to heal, huh?
Some uninvited guests.
We pulled back a little too wide there. Not gonna get anything here. It's a get me the hell out of here situation. Yep. Yeah, as soon as you heard that ult, it should have been a 180. That was an ult. Yeah, popped it way, way too in front of them. Way, way too in front of them. Good call to swap off. Yeah, we weren't getting nearly enough value out of this. Again, we need to get closer. Aggression, aggression. There we go. I'm not going to get anything off of this. Go back just a step. There we go. You can melt tanks pretty darn well. Good call to jump out. Pulling too far back now. Okay, a flank. I like it. Can work with this. Careful, you're like 3v1 here. There you go. Teammates are helping you out now. Ults are tremendous for this. Moon. No dashes. Yeah, overusing your dashes or your spins or whatever, your reloads a little bit. Those are an excellent defensive tool. Pretty much his only one, besides just literally running away with his shift. How long's the list to be next? You're probably not going to make it. And unless it's a sub, it's not happening. There's just too many people and the time is too short. Yeah, massively underperforming on our aggression. And we're also taking fights that are questionable. Our target prioritization seems to be a little all over the place too. Find squishy targets, burst them down quickly and aggressively. I think you are going to have a much better time on like Namor or Black Widow or Hawkeye, Squirrel Girl, any of the poke characters, because you're playing a lot. Like it feels like your mentality will fit a lot better with the poke type DPSs. Swapping over to a support here. Okay. Valid. Hope you do more in the future. We definitely will. If you are interested in getting more one-on-one training, by the way, I will be setting up an event, checking with all of our exotic Patreon supporters. You can use exclamation point Patreon if you're interested, and doing much more just like targeted training for people, rather than doing it like on stream like this. So if that's interesting to you, join us on Patreon, and then I will be pinging you on Discord. Alright, let's see what you can do here. Aggressive here is not bad, keeping with the damage that we've got. Yeah, definitely better on the supports. I don't like that you're positioning yourself parallel, or I guess I should say perpendicular to the line of fire rather than behind your team. Yeah, you're a little too far forward here. Yeah, we're somewhere between too much aggression and too little. Okay, this is good. Like right here is kind of the sweet spot. Right in the basically the V between cover, your team, and the enemy team. Go back. Yeah, unfortunately. Training for all 3 exotic supporters. We have more than that, they just don't show up. But if we ever get more. Sounds interesting? I'm glad. Yeah, if that sounds interesting to you, that's the way to go about it. But we will be doing these more in the future. But that's going to be happening later this week, and I'll try to make sure I get with the times that are available for most of our supporters there. Okay, we have ulti. We could use it to get to point. We're in a good position here overall. We're fine. Do not pop that. Oh! Ah! Okay. All right. Now would be a great time for that ult. Yeah, we're gonna go down. Yep. Yep. We're too aggressive with our support, and we're not aggressive enough with our DPS. Okay, maybe Luna Snow will be the change here. Think I swapped to Luna my main? Yeah, I feel like this is like how your positioning makes sense for like a Luna. Or a Jeff, maybe. Okay, a little further back. It's good. Another moon. Damn, that Moon Knight's been getting moons like crazy. Got the freeze off and didn't really get anything of it. If you play the game, Syndicate or play the game, either works. Bro, he got hit with the I've been falling for 30 minutes. Your Punisher is right there. Yeah, true. He is healing is necessary right there. You're gonna go down. Yeah, too aggressive. Too aggressive. Positioning is way too aggressive. Yeah, and if I'm your Punisher, health missing. Yeah, hold on. Let's back that up. I looked down at chat for just a second. Let me see this. A little bit. There we go. Yeah, he's right there. You're so right. He walks right past him. Damn. He walks right past him. Yeah, you're way too close here. Way too in it right now. Yeah, you need to pull the hell out. Way, way too aggressive.
I'm making a comeback.
Yep. Positioning. Really what it boils down to is positioning. DPS, you need to be more aggressive. On support, you need to be less aggressive. Try to imagine like a pole, like literally like a physical pole between you and your supports and the enemy team. Like you're basically stuck, positioned with like on your hip, right? You want to be about 2 lengths away, as it were, from the enemy team and 1 length away from your team. You want to try to put your the friendly team in front of you as a shield, and that's where you can just simply sit there and just pump healing into them. We're way too far forward. It felt like we were trying to DPS support. But, yeah. One of my shorts got 268,000 views, and the Unbreakable clip from Destiny Clips is being shared by Destiny Bulletin. Cool. Yeah, I think I saw that. That's neat. Is that the 268,000 one? Is that the one with the Titan holding the shield and you playing the support behind him? Pretty sure 7 begged Scape to let us watch episode 10 in dub because of the name. I'll take a look. Okay, thank you. All right, cool. Yeah, because, like, the big thing, the absolute biggest thing, and before, like, anything else can happen, that positioning has to be changed. Like, all of the abilities, the aim, and all the other stuff is not going to matter if you keep dying. Right? Like, that was rough. Try to play your life a little bit more, exposing as little of yourself to the enemy team as possible while still having eyes on for your friendly team. Right? Meme. I said meme. Oh, I see. All right, my bad. Daily reminder that you're slightly dyslexic. Thank you. All right. Next up. Minimax. Are you out there? Minimax. So, would swapping playstyles between support and DPS help? Kinda. Yeah. I think you should legitimately try playing a poke DPS, like Squirrel Girl. I think you'll have a lot better... Like, keep playing how you're playing, but, like, with Squirrel Girl, I think you'll have a lot better of a time. And for supports, maybe try Cloak and Dagger. I think you'll have a lot better time with that. The one getting the 268 is the ball-in clip. You'll see it next Spicy Clips. Okay, cool. I guess it'll be the last one for the stream. Depends on how long it is. I'm not playing that DPS. I'm not touching Squirrel Girl. Okay. All right, Minimax. Are you out there? Yeah. Did you see my Octakill Spicy Clips, Misa? I posted it to our Twitter, and it got like 1 view. The support Unbreakable clip did better on Reddit. Ah. I'm off to sleep. Have a good night, Shadows. Don't think he's in live stream. I don't think so either. Bad Junior, you're up. Electric Panda is so excited. He actually might get to be viewed today. He's so excited. All right. 10 469450. 469450 787 987. All right, competitive. 17-5 game. I played Mag and Strange. Okay, some tank gameplay. Positioning is going to be the most critical thing in this match. Let's see. What rank is this? This is not gold. This is silver. This is competitive. I think this is silver, right? Gold? Somebody must have been silver in your lobby. Like gold 2, gold 3 probably. Because you had to have had a silver in here. Otherwise, there would be bans. Who's after the current user? Electric. Electric Panda. Yay! Yeah. That's so long as nobody subs. Do you hear the string quartet playing the Jaws theme? Alright, here we go. Hold on. Let me make sure. Electric, let's see. Bad, where are you? There you are. Okay, so we just started. I was just noticing that we're watching the wrong character here. We have 2 pokes. We ourselves are playing a anchor tank. We've got low-ish supporting here. Okay, a lot of poke. Wow, you are solo tanking. Right, okay. Okay. Solo tank mag, yep. Let's see what you got. Keeping your time, taking your time. Good. Take the space, good. See how he's pushing in and pulling back. Taking the wider angle. Smart. Careful getting bunched up back there. You're just simply just throwing damage down because you've got healing. Disengage her a little bit. I'd like to have seen a little bit more shield usage. Yeah, we're kind of using it a little bit selfishly. You really need to make sure you prop up those longer ranges here, especially out this first gate. Really make sure that they can get their feet planted. Ah, missed that. Our fight is on the main point. But they did a comeback also as controller on PC gameplay. I see. Time to fall back. Shields. Barely. Barely, barely, barely. Going to the high ground. I mean, this is fine if your team is moving with you. But without your team moving with you, they're just down a tank. Like, this would be great if you were a DPS. That would have been fantastic if you were a DPS. But as a solo tank, it's just like, it doesn't benefit you a whole lot. Looks like the team's coming in to support, though. So maybe it doesn't matter. Shields, a little too early, or too late. Too little, too late. You can push slightly more, kinda. I see that he's trying to avoid the Emma, and Groot gives him a hard time, too. So he's trying not to get his shields invalidated. Could he take up more space? Yes, probably. Jeff started to sell after 1 or 2 deaths and said the comp sucked. I see. Brandon still has fixed to adjust the existing stream playlist. I can't even hear the song I added with the 5 TDT tokens. You didn't add it to the stream playlist. You added it to a video. Did you not hear it in the video? It was like the first song that played. Right. Shield. Nope. Okay. You are lucky. Ha! Heard it in the video. Yeah, that's where it goes. We do need to make a. I've never heard it on stream. It hasn't been added to the stream. It was just for the video. We do need to make another stream playlist though. Why stand still in Jeff ult? I was hoping he was going to use shield. That's what I thought was going to be the play, but he didn't. Caught scam. I don't think so. Tell you what, when I recreate the stream music list, going for the counter. Good kill. Excellent stuff. When I remake the playlist, I'll add it in, right? That's not your job. Heal. Protect your team, dog. Bad. You have a shield. Protect your team. Use that right click. The left click. Shield. Use the shield. Alright. There you go. Good stuff. Shield and then fall back. Shield and then fall back. Bubble. Didn't have it. Unfortunate. They're going to go down here. Not the worst trade overall.
Not everything's black and white, Frank.
Oh, I need assistance.
It's in the Hella ult. Yeah, there's
Until we have a winner.
a concerning lack of being, like, taking up the space as the tank. Like, he's doing a good job of pumping out damage, right? But where he's struggling right now is that there's a lot of times he could save his teammates. Just holding up a shield or whatnot.
Some help, didn't you?
And it's not happening, unfortunately. Need to use abilities more. Not necessarily more, just less selfishly. Like, this is a very much keep me and myself alive thing. That was way too early of a Punisher pop. I don't think I played Strange's game. Ah, okay. He's playing way too far back as the main tank. Yeah, he's not taking up enough space. I agree. And I think that's mostly, again, from the lack... Like, I think there's a lack of faith in the teammates here. Yeah, see, like, we're using the shield to peel, right? Rather than using the shield to take up space. What that encourages out of your team is a lack of confidence in you. Because what you're doing is you're basically saying, I'm only going to be there so long as it's comfortable for me. Doing good. You're fine. No, I have to go now, TDT. Ah, I'm sorry, bro. We couldn't get to you. Maybe next time. Okay, moving a little bit here. You have ulti, but you're probably saving that for a counter ult. It would not be the worst idea if you can clear out that bridge, and then you might have an option to actually deal some damage. Next time, yep. Hard targeting. There you go. Flexing the shield in there. Good. That was actually well handled. Again, no bubble. Where's your bubble? Yeah, definitely could cycle the abilities more here. Like I said, the big thing feels like it's a lack of confidence in your DPS. Like a major lack of confidence in your DPS. That solves a lot of my problems as a tank then. Most of the time, I think I'm getting almost a little bit too lack of heals. Yeah, just show confidence. Show that your team, like, if you make your team feel safe, they'll be there to support you. Pushed in confidently. Nah, missed. Unfortunate. But you see how you kind of moved in and, like, you used the ult here to make that happen. But you moved in and kind of took up the space and the rest of the team follows suit. You have to rely that your team is actually going to follow with you a little bit, right? That's the unfortunate part of playing tank is that you're very reliant on everybody else to do what you need to do. Yeah. Unfortunately, you lost the team fight, but it was a much better way to lose a team fight. Yeah, make yourself a target for healing, basically. I think the DPS probably could switch it up. I'm going to best guess that your DPS are probably not playing all that well. Where are we at? Bad Junior. DPS is... Yeah, they're not doing great. You've got almost or as much damage as the rest of your DPSs, which is never a good sign. Like, the DPSs should be above you. Close, sure, because tanks are still damage dealers, right? We pop off next round. Okay. Let's see what you do. Tip I've learned for playing tank, don't position yourself in the way that you think is best against the enemy. Position yourself best in the way that healers see you from where they are. Yeah, that's a pretty good way to think about it. Play in such a way that your team plays into you rather than you play against the enemy team, if that makes sense. Yeah, position yourself based on the healers. Yep. Yeah, it's a good way to think about it. Right now, we're basically just playing Magneto like a DPS. Bubble your guy. Nope. Fall back. Just a bit, just a bit. Yeah, your Starlight went down. Health back up and push back in. There you go. Now push back in. Take up the space. Take up the space. Nope. You really... it looks like we tried to bubble the Spider-Man there, but we were just a little too late. Yeah, see how much easier this is when your supports are right on top of you, though? Supports need to back up. Yeah, you're backing up way too much, though. Way too much. You're just yielding space to them. Try to shield more often, yeah. Because like what you want to do is you're trying to create time basically. For by making space, you're making time for the DPS to do their job. If your DPS sucks, there might not be enough, which, you know, granted, that's going to happen. But a major portion right now is just like not making that happen. Playing tank, you just have to be good bubble. Finally, we got the bubble down. Playing tank, you just have to be the big brother that protects the healers. Even if they're doing something stupid, you got to keep them alive so they return the favor. Yep. Pretty much. Try to use your shield instead of bubbles to survive. Yeah, for sure. Bubbles are more of like a last-ditch thing or as a support tool because you can slap it on somebody who's in a bad position. Stuff it. Okay. Shields, 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 shields. Ah, damn. Yeah, we're just, right now, it feels like we're playing just as somebody with a lot of health. You know, our abilities and such are just being used to extend our health bar rather than to tank, if that makes sense. Been playing a lot of Psylocke, so backing up and keeping distance is a big muscle memory for me right now. You shouldn't be doing that as Psylocke either. You should be ripping people's throats out. Resetting and then ripping people's throats out again. You move like water. Shield. Oh, shield. Block that ult. Yeah, your team is definitely like, if I'm your DPS, I'm thinking to myself, what the hell is this Magneto doing, dude? He must be getting his ass kicked, because he is like yet to be able to like hold them. He's just throwing damage out there. Cloak and Dagger with a huge save there. Unfortunately, did not get your Venom. Your Magneto. Good kill. Ults have been good. You understand that ults. Have a bad tank game, blame the supports. Bad DPS game, blame the supports. Bad support game, blame the supports. Exactly. You know, I'm glad you understand. Yeah, you're playing Magneto like a DPS. I think that's like the most succinct way I could put it. You're playing him like he's a DPS. You're focusing more on damage than you are making space for your team. Sure, you're finding kills. Sure, you're dealing damage, right? But you're not like making space for your DPS to be doing that for you. Support ults was a little early. Fine, it works out. Put it down, sure. Push, push, push. Forward, forward, forward. Take up space. Forward, forward, forward. Screw them. Let the team take them. You're like 6v1. Forward, forward, forward. Yeah. As a low mobility tank, you need to be thinking about every step you take as a means of accomplishing your goals, right? Like in instances like that where you start to get purchase, you start to get ground and traction underneath you, push. Especially if your team's alive, push. Because you don't have the same movement tools, right? So if somebody starts to run away from you, you need to make sure that is the hardest thing they can. Yeah. Your supports were insane. Like, actually crazy how well they kept you alive. Again, I think this is an instance where the MVP taught us the wrong lesson, because your supports were actually like hard carrying that game. Winter 2 Bear, 21,000 healing, went insane, dude. Went insane. Take more advice from my Thor and Strange gameplay. Yeah. Yep. Alrighty. I do not think we have time for another. I don't think we have time for another. So, I think right here, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Wrong one. Let me... this one. Everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to get you sent on over to another streamer. Let me find somebody here. Somebody smaller. I can send you over to Flats. Sure, why not? Let's Flats is a small streamer, right? Yeah, I'll send you over to Flats. Raid. That's 2. Everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. This was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed. Next time, we'll do some more coaching and stuff. Join us on Patreon if you want more one-on-one. Bless your faces. Deuces.